Welcome to another episode of the Finn's Tailgate. I'm your host, El Capitan, Chris Adams. Guys, this is an unplanned episode, so really it's just about you guys coming in here, hopping in. I was just over talking with Steven over at Clock Blockers, and the discussion just needed to keep on going, guys. So let's go ahead. Let me know if you guys can hear me all right in the comments section if you can. Making sure everything's running good over here. And I'm going to go ahead and drop the link. Anyone who wants to jump in can jump in. If you want to just get in the comments, I'll do my best to, get the comments rolling. I'm sending out a few invites right now, guys. So if other people that are connected with the show or anything like that want to hop in, they can. So just give me a second here. But, not to stir the pot any more than it's already stirred, guys, but Deshaun Watson talk isn't going to quiet down, and even Russell Wilson rumors are going to only ramp up. These Aaron Rodgers desires, which, man, how cool would that be if we had Aaron Rodgers, bro? That would be insane. These things aren't going to go away anytime soon, and in fact, I think they're only going to ramp up with the rumors and everything else. So it's good. It's good for me and podcast world and radio world and things like that. And I'm digging, being able to have a pretty awesome subject. It just sucks that it's not the subject is how we're in the playoffs and making a run and, controlling our own destiny like we were a week or so ago. That was a much better feeling and a lot funner to talk about as in a personal level. But whatever, man, I can't do everything, man. I don't play on the team and I don't work for the Dolphins. So all I can do is speculate and get on here and have some of you guys come in and check out the show and be a part of the Finn's Tailgate family, guys. This is a tailgate party that never stops. So please like, subscribe, get in, holla at your boy. I got other guys that come on, Mike on the mic with Drop the Mic show with Tonk 7. They do some fun things in there. We do a bunch of stuff, man. We do a bunch of different things. What's up, bro?
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I'm dropping the phone.
Eternal to an ear, I see.
That's me.
Nice.
That's me.
Nice.
I've been in there forever.
Well, that's good, man. I listen. There's a lot to love with Tua, bro. But I mean, man, it as a Dolphins, the writing's a little bit on the wall after a loss like that.
Yeah, I said
especially
that
with
on
the
Steven's
organization.
channel.
Yeah,
I
I know.
said
I
it.
heard you.
Yeah, it's on the wall. It is what it is. I don't know. I don't know what to say at this point. I mean, I still feel like the guy's got potential, but everybody else seems like, hey, they out on him. So hey, I don't control anything on the team, so I guess I got to root for Deshaun Watson. I'm gonna tell you right now, though, I do not want Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson. That might sound like I'm just like I just
Really?
don't want. I don't want anybody older than 30. For what?
I
What do
listen,
I
I
want?
agree with you there on this young team. You're hoping to build like a monster franchise, but if Tom Brady has taught us anything, it's these guys with the rules in the NFL right now, they can extend their careers a couple years. And I
I
almost feel like if Aaron Rodgers came here, I don't want to say we're guaranteed a Super Bowl, but he wouldn't do something like that and end his career without winning one more on another team. That's really almost the key of getting Aaron Rodgers. It's almost like, okay, it's just a matter of time before he's going to
I
get
just
us a Super Bowl.
I just feel like he's been amazing with the Packers, and they've put good teams around him, and he's not winning with them. What makes you think he's gonna win with us? What?
Yeah, John here says in the comments it's a short-term fix, but bro, I mean, listen, we've been on a long-term, crap show.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It
yeah.
has not been fun watching this team squirrel and just not have anything going on. What's up, Ennis?
What's
What's
up, yo?
happening, Ennis?
What's going on,
What
Javius? Chris?
What's up, Ennis? What's up?
what do you think
I,
about
I told you yesterday, Chris,
I
we're going
know.
to turn into the Packers of the AFC with Deshaun Watson. We're going to be in the playoffs. We're going to lose. We're going to be disappointed every year because we get almost there and then we lose.
Yeah, but Ennis, let me push back just a little bit on that because this team's problem isn't defensive problems, not with this coach.
But it's going to be,
That's kind of the
it
marriage
is going to
we're
be,
looking.
after
Why?
you get Watson and lose some pieces because you can't re-sign them.
Yeah, but how many
So
pieces are we going to lose on defense? Are we
we're
losing
gonna lose
everybody?
Christian Wilkinson next year.
Okay,
You
that's a
see what I'm
replaceable.
saying?
I don't
Then,
want to call Christian Wilkins a easily replaceable piece, but it's not like he's Ndamukong Suh. But continue.
but still, he. Look what he's done. This is
I
his third year. He's
I
coming
feel
into
like
his
he's
body.
been very productive this year, and I feel like
Yeah,
he's like the heart of our defense. Like
I
he gets
agree
the
he's
with
others
the
that.
going. He
There's
gets
an
the
he's the
others
emotional.
going.
passion.
There's an emotional loss with the Christian Wilkins being turned away from the
Yeah,
team.
you
I
lose
agree
that
with that.
passion, that exuberant, that guy that makes everybody not down. Like when things are going down, he brings them up. Like those certain things you can't just overlook. They're not on stats. There's certain things that's not on a stat sheet that players do. And Christian Wilkins does that. Mac Hollins does that. You see what I'm saying? There's certain players that bring something else that you can't put on the stat sheet.
And I agree
And
kind of with that. Like, listen, it's hard pressed to find a linebacker that's not an exact image of Flo as far as, you know what I'm saying? Those are Flo guys. I mean, Roberts and Baker, they almost sound like them in the way their mannerisms. But for an elite quarterback, that fixes your offense where it
does
doesn't
he fix
matter.
it?
It, of course, it's Aaron Rodgers, bro. I would
Oh, Aaron
imagine.
Rodgers. I thought we
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about the other dude,
Oh,
the butt
listen,
boy.
Deshaun too. Listen, Deshaun too, in a lot of
Nah,
ways. In a lot of
I'm gonna
ways,
tell
man.
you
That's an
something. I'm
elite
gonna tell
talent,
you
man.
something that somebody said on one of the Twitter spaces last night. Since he ain't played a year, he's not in the top 5 no more. Because from what people are saying, since everyone's elite, Joe Burrow passed him, Herbert's passed him. You see what I'm saying?
What's up,
I'm not
Finziano?
saying me saying this, but this is what people are saying since they said Burrow and what's the name are elite. So since he hasn't played in a year, and by the time he does, it'll be 2 years. Is he still a top 5? You see what I'm
Man,
I,
saying? Like,
what do you think?
I'm the Tua guy who's trying to be the voice of reason. I don't think Joe Burrow's better than Deshaun
I don't
Watson.
either.
No,
They David, this is
no.
not me saying this. This is what I'm saying. This is what they were saying on Spaces last night about someone made a point. Like he's been out, and then by the time he comes back, even if he's suspended, it'll be 2 years, over 2 years that he's played. So is he still top 5? We
Sounds
haven't
well
seen him throw
rested to me,
football.
bro. He sounds well rested.
I
But you can say
mean, if I feel
it can be
like
a lot of rust too. You can say that too.
if
Yeah.
he's staying in shape, if he's still out there running drills, he should be able to pick back up where he left off, and
Yeah, Roadrunner
hopefully,
says it in the comments here. He'll be a top 5 QB the year he comes back. And I kind of
I
to
just
play off what Roadrunner says. I mean, you got to kind of think. Listen, and we've seen this play out scandal in the NFL before. You know, when a player has off the field and we're talking about negative publicity, the only thing they can control because they're not. I mean, listen, some of them are good in front of a microphone, but not all of them. But one thing they can control for certain is that if they put a
their
great
play on the
product on the
field.
field, yeah, that's right. They put great play on the field and start winning games. People forget about DUIs and you know this is all pending if the legal issues get out, obviously. But I'm just saying, the year he comes back, he's gonna fight for that off the field love again. So he's gonna be a
So
force to be reckoned with, bro.
he's suspended 4 to 6 games. Y'all happy with Brissett? Those
Yeah, but the
games?
NFL doesn't want him out of the league, bro. You don't get talents like that all the time that
He's
can
getting
do what he can
suspended,
do.
bro.
Of
If he
course, I
pays off,
agree, but it's not going to be like, hey, you're suspended a year, and if it is 6 games, they can appeal it. Next thing you know, it's
If
only
it's
3 games.
if it's 6 games, we're gonna miss the playoffs again. I'm letting you know that right
Yeah,
now.
but
We're
you
gonna
can
miss the playoffs
appeal. You can
again.
appeal that. Well, listen, if it's 6 games and we win 1 or 2 of those games, now the playoff picture is not out of the realm of possibility with that.
Yeah, but
winning with
we
who?
seen Jacoby Brissett in action. He can't win.
Well,
He's
I would hope this team does something to not have Jacoby Brissett as the backup in that circumstance.
who's
So,
gonna be the backup?
I mean, I don't know. Get the I don't know, David Fales back over here or something. I don't know. Or what's the guy we had earlier? Sinet. I would love to see Sinet back on this team if we could
They
scoop
should
him
have
up
let
in the
Brissett go and
offseason.
kept him. If we
I
was gonna
kept
lose games, we should have lost them with him. Him learning and trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, but
that's
you
what
want
pissed
your
me off.
offense to kind of click because you're trying to
Yeah,
get while Tua was out, you want the guys to get cohesion because we moved, a couple pieces here and there, and Jalen Waddle needed to get, acclimated to the NFL speed. You don't want to bring in a rookie to show a bunch of rookies what to do. I
Hey,
agree it would be nice and fun to watch,
what
but that would be
what
pretty
worse could
much
it
the
have
end of the whole
been?
season. Huh?
No, I'm saying not for the whole season, but this year, if Jeanette started those games instead of Bissett, how worse could we have been? You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, Mike from Mike and the Mike is in the comments. He says 6 games is nothing after this season. That's true. You know what I'm saying? If we take 6 straight losses after all the other stuff, if it's worth getting a quarterback that, pending legal issues, is here and an elite talent like that, like I said, getting a great quarterback is something this fan base strived again and again and again for after Dan. And in some ways, we're still striving for it. An elite arm talent, an elite quarterback, in which is number one, capable of making all the throws and doing everything that needs to be done. And two, if the offensive game plan ain't good, they're going to say, to hell with that game plan. I'm throwing the ball on this down. And that's kind of like what I like about some of the guys that are coming in. They're going to take charge of the offense. And if we keep Flo, which I'm hoping we do, he's going to take charge of that defense. Now we really got something here in Miami.
but
I'm just I
either way,
just
go ahead, Dravis.
if we go out there and we get the elite guy and Deshaun Watson, I need us to contend immediately. I'm sorry, I don't want to be nice, I don't want to be realistic. I want immediate contention. Like I don't want no mediocrity. Zero. I will not settle for mediocrity if we get Deshaun Watson. No. I don't want to hear no excuses. We lose 2 games in a row. I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be mad. I'm just going to be very upset. I'm going to be on these panels raising hell because I want us to be great if we give up whatever we got to give up to
Oh
get
no,
the guy that everybody
the
says
bar
is
is
the
set. The low
guy. Up
bar is
here,
all the
up
way up here,
here,
bro.
up
Like
here.
I give somewhat of a mulligan in the year if he's out 6 games. If Insanity said in here, she don't think it'll be 6 games, and I don't either. But if we get a guy, one of these guys, we got to go to the playoffs. And if it's one that's not suspended or the suspensions aren't alive, it's only like 3 games or 2 games or something like that, I'm expecting to win this division. And that's the kind of listen, we get Deshaun, that's my bar. I want to win this division. I want to see Josh Allen versus insert great quarterback that's available to us now. Great matchups where we're winning the division, and little boy and the Patriots and the Bills and the Jets. And now it's the Dolphins that sit atop the AFC East, a force to be reckoned with in the playoffs, where we're now challenging to become the number 1 seed. And then when people talk about Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, they're like the other team in the AFC that can challenge them. In that conversation will be us. And that's what I want to buy if we make this kind of buy, because that's what Deshaun's getting paid for. It's almost $50 million a year, guys. That's a lot of money, so he definitely, that's the bar we need to set. And if he doesn't meet that bar, I'll be just on here with everyone else. We'll have a panel of 1,000 and we'll be like, that's it. We're running everybody out of town. Owner, everyone, they failed us. Yeah. What's up, brother?
Gentlemen, what's going
Yeah,
on, fellas?
What's going on? What's going on, Ian?
bud?
Quick question on Andrevis. Hold on now.
What's up, baby? What's up?
Define, like you said, and I agree with all of y'all, by the way, in terms of like if they get one of these higher end established quarterbacks, we should be in a position to compete. But define what's your expectation in terms of like compete immediately. Super Bowl?
No. I'm not saying that.
I'm seeing tons of people. I'm seeing tons of people in his Twitter streets. They're saying if we don't get to the Super Bowl next year, they're gonna burn their Miami Dolphins jersey, bro.
I see it on Twitter too. I think that's a little irrational, but I'm talking like next year. I'm talking we gotta win like 12, 13 games. If he's not suspended, of course. If he's not suspended, we got to win 12, 13 games, and we have to be in contention. We have the media better talk to us as like Super Bowl darlings, like Super Bowl, like can the Dolphins make the Super Bowl? That's how they need to be talking about us. We need to at least win 1 or 2 playoff games. I'm hoping like AFC Championship minimum. But like if we go to the playoffs, win a game, and then like divisional round we lose, but you can see we were contending, I wouldn't be mad at it. I just need us to be contenders.
I hear you, and I agree. I'm with you 100%. I just want to make sure because you got people again. They're expecting Super Bowl or bust next year, and I'm like, bro, really? Come on, man.
Eventually, yes. Eventually,
Yeah, I
yes.
mean, well, absolutely. I mean, but that expectation with me, I had that same expectation with Tua. I mean, you were fifth overall pick. I
Bro,
mean,
I
the
feel you on that,
expectation is the
EM. I had
same.
high expectations for Tua. That's why
We all did. Everybody had high
he's fallen a little
expectations.
short on that Sunday. He got exposed in a bad way. It's not good for the Tuaneers and the Tua camp. There's not a real heavy, good, strong leg to stand on with a performance like that. And EM, you were with me on TD FinTalk when we were watching that film. He missed early and often, sailing the ball,
Oh yeah,
short balls,
absolutely.
and I want to stand up for the guy because, like I said, man, I want he's our quarterback, man. I want him to hold the Lombardi Trophy. But this team and this coach, and we've seen bad coaches, and I know there's some mixed feelings about Flo these days, especially with his coaching hires, and I blame that on Chris Greer allowing Flo to have a little bit too much control and not putting his foot down and getting in there and finding some real guys and saying, Flo, I don't care. This player that I brought, you need to keep on this team. But if the bar was raised already, guys, they blew our team up. They blew our team up, and we allowed it. The bar is already raised. So, and with the Deshaun Watson, we are going to raise that bar again, or Aaron Rodgers, or a Russell Wilson, and we're sick of it, guys. We're sick of it, and we need to have something worth rooting for around here. And the way this coach coaches defense, the way he's proven to me as a fan that he knows what the hell he's doing on this defense. And Chris Greer has proven to me outside of that one first round where he took those first 3 picks, which is it's a pretty ugly deal. But we talked about that on TD as well. But he's proven to me that they can get talent on defense and they can get talent in the building and they can actually get something out of that talent, at least on the defensive side. A guy like Rodgers, a guy like Watson comes in. I already seen what they can do with talent or no talent for that matter. That fixes. This is what it is. It's a multiple phase game. You can't be defensive minded. You can't be offensive minded. You got to be, and they preach this. You got to be multiple, bro. Got to be multiple.
Complimentary. Yep. I agree.
Could I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I understand the crazy part about people on Twitter say it's Super Bowl, but I'm sorry. I'm going to be I'm going to turn into Pete once we get Watson. I'm just going to be real because I'm seeing videos. They're making videos of the man get out of town. Like, bro, okay. So when he come, keep that same energy that y'all had on him. I'm coming. I don't want to, like Adrian said, 2 straight. I'm on y'all head. Not you, EF. I'm just saying the ones just acting real crazy. I'm telling you, bro. I'm gonna get real ignorant because I want that same smoke y'all was giving to her.
Listen, I got John in the comments over here. He says that Tua would rip his shoulder lifting that Lombardi trophy. So they're out of here, brother. Wow. He also said Tua would be a QB3 on another team.
You know what though, Ennis? See, here's the issue, and I have no problem with that. That's fine. But here's the thing: in terms of the praise that they're showing, Watson has earned that. Tua hasn't earned nothing in this league. At least with Watson, it's warranted. The man has been the Pro Bowl every year since he's been in the league. First team All Pro, 2-time divisional winner. With the Houston Texans. At least the man has earned it. Tua, this is my question. It went back to I had the same questions with Rosen and bro. The two we had with Josh Rosen, we had the Rosen Truthers.
Yeah.
Tua and the Tua and on, they replaced the Rosen Truthers, bro, in terms of their undying loyalty for a player that's done nothing in this league.
But Tua came with a massive, massive, massive following. I ain't never seen nothing hit the fan base like this. And before we get
he was amazing in college. We got to be honest. In college, he was an amazing
I take nothing
quarterback.
away from the college quarterback that he is. I'm gonna read Kevin, Big Kev, on one of the other shows. He dropped in the comments, says, "Right now we are the fat, pimple-faced kid trying to get with the most popular girl out, and we got to change everything." He's talking about our perspective as fans. We got to start changing how we hold this team accountable and what we believe, especially not just with Tua, but with this franchise in this front office. Gio from Fanatic, sports show over there, guys. You guys should be checking out Gio over there at Miami Sports Fanatics. He's got a page and everything like that. What's up, Gio?
What's up, man? How's everybody doing? Can y'all hear me all right today?
Oh yeah.
You're a little scratchy, but we can hear you, brother.
You still sound like you're in a bathroom though.
Man, I work at a warehouse. Yeah, man. Don't be telling people I work at a bathroom, bro. They're gonna be believing you, bro. I work at an office over here, man. That's in a warehouse building. So sometimes you know how it is in those metallic fucking buildings, bro. There's really a signal.
But we running back the same team, right? We don't need to improve nothing since we improving the quarterback, right?
Hold on, let me say something real quick, Ennis. I agree with what you just said, Chris, bro. Brian Flores has the defensive side. He has that pulse. My issue is that I need to see him stop taking those step backs whenever he wants to, man. Like, great coaches don't do that, bro. He needs to keep consistently calling the plays and have, like he just needs to. This past Sunday against the Titans, he let Boyer call the plays, and I don't understand that, bro. I just don't.
Yeah, that was a blunder.
I just don't get that, man. Good coaches don't do that. He hasn't even been coaching that long to be able to do stuff like that. The other thing is, if we stick with flow, which you probably will, if we stick with flow, we have to bring somebody on the offensive side that can take control of that side and tell Flo, leave me alone. Don't worry about what's going on over here. You stay over there. We're gonna work
not gonna have that kind of not control. I think he's a little bit more controlling than that, as we've seen.
But that's fine. I mean, he's gonna have to levy some control because at the end of the day, he was okay with the offensive game plan going into the Tennessee Titans. So to some extent, he's gonna have to levy a little bit of that responsibility to a proven offensive coordinator. He's just gonna have to. I mean, we're talking about Gotzi and Studsville that really, like EM said, haven't proven shit.
Sax band J Will says in the comments, did you guys hear about Cousins being a backup plan? And if you guys were watching the show the other day, my producer brought up a stat, and I know, right? My producer brought up a stat. We tried to get it on, we kind of made that comparison that some of Cousins' numbers are pretty good, but he's got great talent. He's got marquee running back on his team.
He did in Washington.
They play in the NFC.
He did in Washington, and he had relatively the same numbers. Ain't got Washington.
I'm not saying he's not consistent, and I'm not saying he's not an upgrade, brother. I'm just saying that we're looking at guys like Rodgers and Watson and stuff. I'm not. Don't get me wrong.
He needs to go get vaccinated first.
Oh, man. This is Florida, bro. This is Florida, bro. He can be unvaccinated in Florida.
The comment you just read about where the pimple-faced kid who wants the prettiest girl at the school to go to prom with them. Listen, the prettiest girl at school wants us.
That's right.
That I'm not settling for anything less if we're gonna switch quarterbacks.
That's right. I want to go to prom and I'm a king, bro. I'm gonna be
I'm not settling.
If we upgrade the quarterback position, we need to upgrade the head coaching position. They said they want to upgrade at every position. We need to be upgrading there too.
Creeping around out there. John Harbaugh creeping around out there. We know there's another love affair that
John Harbaugh by himself is not an upgrade over Brian Flores.
Jim Harbaugh.
Maybe as an offensive coordinator.
Jim Harbaugh in an elite staff is an upgrade. But if he brings somewhat comparable, unproven guys in terms of a staff with him, that is not an upgrade over Brian Flores. I'm sorry.
I haven't heard anything from you, brother. What you got to say?
Hey, what's up, bro? Man, and first of all, just thanks for having me on the show, man. I reached out to a lot of the Finn family and told them about sent the link over, so hopefully they're here.
Brother. I appreciate it.
I think I saw Insanity, EM's big heads up in here, bro. Shout out to EM. You don't know nothing about boxing, bro. Don't let him see what EM did.
I used to do some boxing, bro.
I love boxing, man. I do. Right now, bro, that lightweight division, bro, it's on. There's so many good fighters, bro.
That is the mini Canelo.
Oh, what?
Yeah, of course I love Canelo, bro. That ain't ever gonna change. Hey, check this out though. So, back in the day, we used to debate Burrow and Tua before the draft, bro. And so, like, and all them try to sell me on Tua, bro, and I kept falling asleep like Floyd Mayweather fights, bro. but I'm done with Tua now. So nah. Hey man, nah, I'm just glad to be up here, bro. I didn't even know what the hell I was gonna say, bro. I was gonna say
Listen,
something,
bro,
but it left
you
my
can
mind.
say almost anything, man. You can say
I just
almost
want,
anything, bro.
You never
I
do.
just wanted to hate
You
on
never
EM,
do.
bro, with that
Listen,
big old
man,
cranium
he
over
got his
there in
shots in,
Texas.
EM. Give it back, brother. I know you got it.
Bro, what are you talking about? You never know what you're gonna say, bro, when you get on these panels. What are you talking about?
No, man. No,
Oh,
I was gonna say no. Serious
Are
note.
you a
Serious
real
note.
Dolphin fan,
So
Estefan? Are they calling your fandom out right now? What's
No,
going on
no,
here?
he's
no,
I'm
man.
just
not,
busting you.
bro.
I'm just busting
I
you.
got something to say though, bro. I wanted to talk about the coaching though. So look, here's the difference between because I've heard some of Big Eyes takes, bro. And
Big.
so I understand, he was drawing correlations between records and being similar to Flores's. And see, this is where I draw the line on all that. Because if y'all remember when Adam Gase was here, that team was loaded, including the offensive line. Look at our offensive Pouncey, Tunsil, Albert. Look at all those guys that we had. You had Tannehill at quarterback. Now, I know a lot of Dolphin fans don't like to admit it, but Tannehill was better, bro. I don't care what nobody says. We had Kenny Stills. We were loaded. We were loaded. So, and don't forget how good Albert Wilson and Jakeem Grant were playing. We were
We
loaded.
were
So
we were
we
players
were.
away from
Look,
going to the postseason with Tampa.
this is my point. Look, fair enough. Gase did, he had a good record when he was here. The one
Yeah.
thing I didn't see from Gase was there was nothing technical as far as scheme. It looked like he was out there with the chicken with his head cut off. He had the offense somewhat figured out, bro, but he had all these veterans. So Flores has actually brought something to the table here where he has a scheme and it works on the defensive side, bro. So you can't take that away from Flores. He has one side figured out, bro. And how long are we going to go in Miami where we're just flip flopping on coaches? You have to let somebody try to figure this out. He's got one side of the spectrum figured out. He only needs the offense. And I'm
I agree
sorry,
with
but
that,
there was
Estefan.
so many games this year where if we had better play at the quarterback position, we would have won those games. And I'm just going to bring up the easy ones, bro. And I always bring these up, bro. And everybody tries to say, oh, well, the defense didn't do good enough. Go back and watch those games and tell me that the defense didn't make enough plays for us to win those games. And I'm talking about that Falcons game and that damn Jaguars game. In the beginning, look, we didn't stop them every time, but they made enough stops that we should have won those games.
Yeah,
And
there
I'm
was
sorry.
missed opportunities on offense.
Yeah, bro.
Those games had their share on both sides of the ball.
It
But that's
wasn't just
but Estefan, and I want to hear from Tony next too. But Estefan, if you think about it, that's been the philosophy of this coach. And he's a defensive minded coach. He wants to get out in front and get a lead, and then we can start playing into the hand that he's built this team for. This is a team built to have a lead. And a quarterback like Tua
I
and a
agree
system
100%.
quarterback, it's not a bad idea because you control the ball, he dices it up, he wears your defense down. It's a great plan, but he's kind of been falling short. So an easy quick fix is a guy that can chuck it 70 yards and get us back in the game, so that defense that this coach can do perfectly can come into play, because that's what he really wants. He wants to apply the pressure from defense. And I like that. I'm a defensive minded guy.
And
I
we've
played middle
seen,
linebacker. I love defense, man.
and
Defense is
Chris,
where I love it. What's up, brother?
and we've seen what type of team.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, you're spot on with your point. We've seen when this team has a lead, they're a
Mhm.
completely different team, bro. So
Yeah,
you're
no,
spot on,
the
bro.
proof's
You're
in the
spot on
pudding.
100%.
It works. But when we're playing from behind and Tua's got to bail us out in his arm, he didn't do that. And I get it. It was bad elements in the rain. They threw too early and often. But bro, he missed ugly. Even the catches that were being made, and we said this on TD, EM. They're like, he catching it over here.
Yeah.
They're catching. It was ugly. It was the worst game.
was
And
spotty.
then that brings up another point that TD made. Is his hip gonna ever be back? Because it didn't look good that game. I got a rod in my leg from a car accident. I got screws. I don't know if he's got anything like that. But my point is that this is an elements game, guys. Teams that are playing in the North that don't have domes, they use that to their advantage. And that's when you win. That's the Super Bowl is played in the end of the year. You know, it's not played in the middle. It's important.
Yesterday, Chris.
You getting the quarterback, just running back with the same team.
Yeah, but now we're dependent on a running back that's not here. You know what I'm saying? Now you're like, well, get him a running back, get him this, get him that.
It's not gonna work. See, it's Tua's issues. It's not about personnel issues at the running back position in the O-line. It's so much more deeper than that with Tua. I keep telling people that, man. It's not about personnel, bro. He has major flaws, bro, and he just highlighted the physical issues. But I mean, from a mental standpoint, I mean, bro, it's not even. And again, go back to Alabama, the approach they took with him. You know, Tua was a 5-star recruit coming out. You know, they got him in camp, and they knew. And I can't confirm this, but I think the reason why they put him, they were so RPO heavy with that approach with Tua, is because that's pretty much all he can handle.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He did run pro style systems sometime last year. I haven't seen enough of that this year.
And if you look at his numbers, when he's in that format compared to when he's not, it's not even close, bro.
Really,
I'm gonna
have to look more on those numbers, man, because I
trust
you. I believe you're on point, because if there was numbers that bear different, they'd be running that offense.
At the end of the day,
we
got $75 million in cap space.
We don't need to upgrade nothing.
As much as
Watson's going to fix everything.
You guys don't want to admit it. We're going to have to go and shore up this offensive line, regardless.
No doubt.
No, you don't. Not with Watson.
Chris,
you don't.
Can I say something, please?
Go ahead, Tony. Let's hear what you got, brother.
Yeah, no.
Yes, you need to stop, bro.
Not with Watson. That's what I'm saying on Twitter. They just said, no, you don't.
Yeah, well,
they say you don't need to do nothing. He's going to do everything.
Go ahead, Tony. Go ahead, Tony. Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, what I've noticed the past few years, I hope I'm not being too critical of Stephen Ross or the front office. It seems like our front office and ownership have been cheapskates in terms of trying to hire coaches. We've always I've noticed the past 2 decades, we've hired first-year head coaches most of the time. The last coach I've remembered that we've hired that was experienced as a head coach was Dave Wanstad and stuff like that. But the rest of the time,
so you're talking about the head coach position, bro? Flores was the longest tenured coach in New England, man.
No. What I'm saying,
he's talking about in the back office, their hires.
No, I'm talking about.
What about Cherry Gately?
Guys, let him finish, man.
Well, what I'm saying is we've resorted to hiring assistant coaches that don't have any head coaching experience and stuff like that.
Well, Tony, I'm wondering if, listen, I kind of like it. If you guys look across the entire team, it's about a youth movement. It's about something different. They wanted to build something no one's ever done, and it was a big ask. They hit the nuke button on the team. They hit the nuke button on the cap. We've let it down. We're trying things out. I mean, bro, we got 2 offensive coordinators and the third guy's calling. Yeah, but we haven't done it like this, man. No one's done it the way the Dolphins did. And now we're seeing the fruit that it's bearing. Some of it's great. Some of it's not. I agree. There needs to be hires made, but I don't think Chris Grier or Brian Flores, because they're a duo, guys. Kid yourself not. You can only let go of Flores. If Chris Grier gets let go of, then Flores is on his way out. That's how that works.
Yeah,
but
and this is what I'm wondering. Let's say we fire a guy like Grier. Let's say we fire Grier and Flores together. Do we promote a guy like either Marvin Allen, the guy who worked with the Chiefs, or Reggie McKenzie to the general manager position? Or
I don't know. I think if you fire Grier, McKenzie's outie. I think that's a whole team, bro. I don't think he wants to be a GM, because if he wanted to, he'd be one right now. He's liking his position.
How about Marvin Allen?
I don't think Marvin Allen would do it either. These guys were offered those positions, as you know. They're willing to be what they are in this capacity. They want to be in the back scenes, scouting talent, and promise you they're getting the money they want. Because as put in the comments here by John, this owner ain't cheap. You know, listen, cap be damned, guys. And this owner puts his
No, in
money where
terms
his
of
mouth
hiring
is.
coaching staff is what I've noticed. We've been
Yeah,
cheap.
I got that, but I would imagine these guys are on the payroll to help that. And I think in a lot of ways they've knowingly taken risks because they're trying to find lightning in a bottle. And in the same way with Tua, if Tua had lightning in a bottle, you're gonna know. Chris Greer's the kind of guy, as we see, and that is not going to get in the way of his owner, where Stephen Ross is ready to snap necks and write checks. You know what I'm saying? He would fire anyone he thinks need firing. They knew this plan. It was a big ask. Young offensive line, new offensive line coach, coaches from that are first time in position coaches in the NFL. And in some ways, these things have paid off. The adjustment will be made, and we're going to hold them to it, or the growth will be made, and then or we'll hold them to it. So in some ways, we got to hang tight.
And I wanted to respond. You guys were talking about this on Steven's channel. For me, in my honest opinion, I understand why people want Watson, but I would prefer a guy like Rodgers who has a better track record in the playoffs. He has a better record in the playoffs overall, and he's won a Super Bowl. So I would rather have. I understand he's older. He's gonna be in his late 40s, in his late 30s when he gets here.
Here's the thing, Tony. I just don't think Aaron Rodgers at this point, it was talked about yesterday, man, like we mentioned yesterday, Aaron Rodgers seems to have repaired that relationship with Green Bay. I find it hard to believe he's going to want to leave Green Bay, especially where they are right now, to come to.
They don't have a good defense, though. That's the problem. Their defense is their weakness.
He doesn't.
Yeah,
He
but
might
this
not want to
coach
come to
can get.
Miami, but he's
This
not
coach
staying.
has a
in
good
Green Bay.
defense on our team.
I'm starting to lean that way too on what Gio said, because I believe his head coach just made history winning is it 12, 13 games 3 years in a row? You remember when what's his name, the coach of the Cowboys, when he was there, man, they were bumping heads. That was part of the problem, was he didn't like the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
It was
McCarthy?
him and the GM bumped heads about Jordy Nelson and Matthews. They let go over the years. They let go of players that Rodgers had personal ties with because he'd been there so long and didn't want them to go, like Randy Cobb. You see what I'm saying? It's not the
Right. No.
coach,
Yeah, I know, but it
it's the
did come out
GM.
that it was him and the head coach McCarthy, bro. They were getting into it. He
That's
didn't,
one of the things. But
because of those.
the GM getting rid of players that too soon, Rodgers felt that was the biggest part. And then last year, before the season started last year, they got rid of who was it? Him they got rid of the wide receiver. It was somebody, and that's what broke it out because they got rid of another player.
Jordy Nelson.
Yeah, Jordy Nelson.
Yeah, and
how they did Jordy.
Rodgers wanted them to draft a receiver, and they
That was the final straw. How they did Jordy Nelson, but it was too early in his
Really the
contract.
final straw, if you think about it, because he's still in Green Bay, guys. I mean, listen, you got to remember.
He tried to force it this season, but he couldn't.
Yeah, that's power struggles, guys. I mean, you gotta kind of see the forest through the trees. This is how I look at the NFL, and I'll let you how my view is. I've always worked for myself, so I've never really been an employee for anywhere, guys. I've always did my own thing, and I've been successful.
You're
and sometimes I've had trouble.
You're a boss man, bro. That's because you're a boss man, bro.
Listen, it's just how I get down, man. It's not that I'm not a team player, as you guys can see. It's just that I. What's that?
Bring out the purple jacket, bro.
I got it. Got it right here, now,
bro. That's it, bro.
Got it right here, brother.
Your Joker jacket?
Oh yeah, it's a Joker jacket. I stole it off the Ravens, dog. That's why my stuff's all purple. It's my color now, Ravens. What are you gonna do? Get yourself some. Anywho, the way the NFL is structured, I look at it as from a business perspective. These are teams that are big businesses owned by even bigger business people, but it's a collaboration. So it's kind of like the Teamsters or a union, the NFL. But it's made up of a bunch of subcontractors. All the players are subcontractors. Now, granted, when you first get a job or something like that, say you're an AC dude, You start out, you're working there with them. They're going to train you how to become a HVAC certified, all this other stuff. But once you've been in it for long enough and made your bones, you go into business for yourself because that's what you've absorbed the knowledge. You're business for yourself. So now a guy like Rodgers or Tua, for that matter, which is this, I'll get back to that. These are subcontract. They are their own entities. They got their own people, their own deal. They're millionaires too, and they have ways to get what they want. There's a total other behind the scenes game being played here. And with that being said, when Tua came here as a rookie, very few rookies come into the NFL with the kind of game and organization put together as a product, as a subcontractor that Tua did. And it's caused a real rift in this team. We signed up for a quarterback, and yet we got an entire extra entity to the Miami Dolphins that some of these people don't even know shit about the Dolphins. And I don't like to swear too much, but and they're here because of Tua, and he's the end all be all in some things. And that's okay when it's going good, but when it's not going good and we're making critical, thoughts on his game and they're diving at it. Now they want to fire my coach. They want to fire my GM. They want to fire things that I, as a fan, have been here for a lifetime seeing that didn't work. And this guy is the real deal.
I've heard that a lot, Chris. I gotta give you a little pushback because there are some fans that were Dolphin fans already, bro.
Oh, no, I'm not saying it's only. I'm not saying.
Yeah. There's a lot of those too, bro. That they were already Dolphin fans, bro. And you couldn't say nothing wrong about Tannehill. I'm sorry about Tua, bro. I don't know why that. It's almost like I just want to win, bro. That's why I'm
Tua
at.
came in right after being blown up, and he was the symbol of.
I got a good answer.
He was the symbol of hope.
You gotta say people.
I got a good answer for
Watson.
What's that?
What's that?
I got a great.
What is it? Gio, you there?
Oh, yeah, I got a good answer for. I got a good answer for you, Estefan. I think
hello?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine, brother.
I think what's been happening, and I know Estefan EM's gonna love this, man. I think what's been happening is that as sports fans, we kind of got diluted with what really matters. And at the end of the day, man, we root for our team. And it's for the logo in front of the uniform, not the logo in the back of the uniform.
That's right, brother. That's what I've been trying to get out, man. I'm glad you said it, Gio. That's exactly right.
I agree.
We need to be.
Go ahead, Gio.
We could get an upgrade here and. Oh, my bad. And we need to be receptive. We got to be honest. These last 2 years, we haven't had great quarterback play. We haven't seen a game. And granted, there's a lot of issues everywhere. But at the same time, we haven't seen in the last 2 years great quarterback play or great offensive showing, for that matter. So I think what's going on as fans at the front of the logo is that we know the writing on the wall. And I feel like if we see the potential to be able to capitalize and improve this offense, and now don't get me wrong, we're not a quarterback, still with the mindset that we have to, because when Ryan Tannehill was here, we had a terrible offensive line until that year where we started going on a run. He got injured on his knee, and we went to the playoff with his backup. But, we had a great offensive line at that point. So we need to go back to that, bring in whatever quarterback it is they're going to bring in, because I got some breaking news for you guys. I don't know if you guys know, but who was jerseys 30% off right now everywhere?
Damn.
Really, bro.
What I tell you about that, EM?
Hey, bro. News, guys. That's real news right there.
It is real news, bro. I live in San Antonio, bro. And when they're gonna trade somebody, those damn jerseys go on sale, man. And I told EM that. I've been telling EM that for a while.
That is pretty.
Yup.
Hey,
Every
so can I
time
say
they get
this?
ready to trade a player, here
Okay,
goes
so what are we
Joe.
talking about? They're gonna
Bro,
make the
that's a
deal.
bombshell, Joe.
That's a
That is a
bombshell, Gio.
bombshell, bro.
Damn.
It's almost like
Damn.
Stephen Ross. It's almost like
That-
Stephen Ross extended
that's
him because that's the other bombshell. You get that extension, it's a kiss of death in this league.
Damn.
So we moving on. What are we talking about? We talking about
So-
All right,
Watson
so
now.
who is it,
So-
guys? Who is
Watson
your
or
dream?
bust if we moving on. Watson or bust.
Yeah,
I don't want
we
anybody but
moved
Watson.
on.
I'm gonna
Why
be
we keep
honest.
talking about Tua? Why we
Rodgers,
still talking about Tua?
Rodgers,
He's out of here.
Rodgers.
He's gone.
I don't want
agree.
Rodgers.
I
I
agree,
agree. I
Ennis.
would say I would.
Why would you want Rodgers? Rodgers wants to
What are
play
you
like 2
talking
more
about,
seasons.
bro? Because Rodgers goes to another team, it's almost guaranteed a Super Bowl. He's not going to do a move like that and flip the bird to
It's
Green
gonna be
Bay and not win somewhere else, man.
I
I
would give
hear
him
you.
if I'm
He can't
Stephen
even
Ross.
win in
If
Green
I'm
Bay
Stephen
though.
Ross, I'm giving him, and I'm gonna instruct Brian Flores and Chris Greer to look. I know you're the GM, Chris Greer. I know you're the head coach, Brian Flores. But please work with this man.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
gonna give him what. Tell me if you come here. Tell me what you want.
This
you want
side of the
Devontae
ball
Adams,
is yours.
If you
Tell
want
me.
Devontae Adams, guess what? I'm gonna give him $25 million.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what
I'll
you
be
got
got.
honest.
the money. We
Please.
got
I'm
the
gonna be
money.
honest. Y'all have spent the better of 12 months trying to sell me on Watson. It's Watson or bust. If we get anybody else, I got beef with this organization.
I'm with
I would rather have, because his age is so intriguing. In addition to his play on the field, he's
26.
only 26 years old.
Yep.
26 years old. 2 years
That's
older
why I
than
like
Tua.
it. That's why I would maybe be okay with it.
It's not one. I'm not with it.
I would rather have Watson, but man, Aaron Rodgers. If you're gonna keep it football, Aaron Rodgers is the way to go because
He's going to be
Thank you.
39 years
Thank you,
old
yeah.
next
I
season.
understand.
Bro,
I don't care.
I can see him
get it.
playing for 5 more years.
Time out.
Look at Brady.
Yeah, his age, but I can agree. His resume, he's been there. He can do it. And we've seen him elevate. Not for he have one,
It's
wide
the
receiver, but
defense
the rest
Rodgers
of the guys,
needs help
he
with.
elevates.
We got that,
Hey.
brother.
Right.
Yeah,
Mike on the
Listen to
mic.
me.
I'm willing to
Mike on
put
the mic said
whatever amount on it. He's not going to play for 5 more seasons. It's not happening.
Bro, you don't know.
I'm willing to put whatever amount of money I want to put on it.
He goes to another team, he's
He's
going
not
to play
playing
for
5
at least
more
3 or
seasons.
4 more, man. Mike on the mic. What's up,
So
brother? Glad you made
wait,
it in.
Eternal Touanier. I have a question for you.
Go ahead, Tony. Go ahead, Tony.
Well, what I'm wondering, why can't you have the same, like, why don't you believe he can be like a Tom Brady?
I believe he can be a Tom Brady. I believe he doesn't want to be. I don't think he wants to play football that long.
I don't know. Don't underestimate the
He was
pettiness
ready
of
to
Aaron
throw it all
Rodgers,
away
brother.
this
Don't
offseason.
underestimate the pettiness of Aaron Rodgers because
He was ready to throw it all away this offseason.
Because he wanted to get out of Green
away where
Bay, bro.
he's at. Maybe
Exactly.
go ahead and
Here's the
turn it
thing.
all around
I think-
with a defense. I
I
would love
think
that.
I think the situation with Aaron Rodgers is, it just ran its course. He just wants to change the scenery, and he's tired of playing in that cold weather, bro.
Yeah, older
he's
cat, man. It's time.
Yeah.
Mike on the mic. What's up, buddy?
Oh, my bad.
Yo,
Go
what
ahead.
up, hey, what up, everybody? Good to see y'all on here with Chris El Capitan. But my deal is like everybody's got great points, and Deshaun Watson, he's the younger option. He's gonna, if all these legality issues get cleared up, and he's the one, and he's proven. There's proof on tape everywhere. Detroit Lions game. There's games all over where his offensive line was crap. He ad-libbed and he made a play. That's what Tua can't do. If you go after Rodgers, Rodgers. I think Chris is right. I think if he goes to the right team, he's gonna be remotivated. He's gonna be reinvigorated, and he's gonna hopefully he loves football again. But I don't think we get Rodgers without Devontae Adams. So I sign up for that 100%. But if it's Russell Wilson or Kirk Cousins, I just want somebody that's going to come in here and be closer to Tannehill than Tua. Tannehill wasn't great. I don't want Cousins, and I don't want
Russell
Wilson. I'd rather have Deshaun Watson.
Why don't you want either one? So you mean it's Watson or bust? But would you be open to Russell Wilson or Kirk Cousins?
I'd be open.
Oh
to
my
Russell
God! I just
Wilson.
want to block. I want to block everybody who says Kirk Cousins. I just want y'all blocked.
Kirk Cousins.
Blocked.
I'm not feeling the Kirk Cousins, and we brought that up on the show, man.
Y'all need to check this man's resume, and I'm telling you, I know he's the fallback plan right now. But if you keep it football and you look at this man's resume, he needs to be more of a priority than what. I'm not saying more of a priority than Deshaun Watson, but we need to put a little more respect on this man's name, bro. He's been highly productive no matter where he's been.
Auto
Washington
Sexy asks a
or
good question,
Minnesota.
guys. Auto Sexy asks a good question. Do you think Deshaun Watson's upside is as good as Aaron Rodgers? That's a good question because Aaron
upside,
Rodgers got a
absolutely.
laser.
Oh, absolutely. I think he's upside now. I don't think
Yeah.
he's reached Rodgers' level right now. But ceiling, oh, absolutely. That's the ceiling for Watson is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I think Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, that's the ceiling for Watson for certain. And I can't be certain on Tua's ceiling for something like that. In fact, I'm almost certain his ceiling is not that. And that's the situation Tua has allowed this team who's got a flirting eye and allowed this fan base to be like, get this ass out of there. This is unprecedented, guys. There's potentially 3 marquee quarterbacks on the market that we can buy, and we got all the right reasons. Because quarterbacks, you know what they love? They like weapons, and we got some of that. You know what they love even more? A defense that can deliver and give them the damn ball back, bro. This is a team game, guys. Team game.
So, Chris, this is an interesting question I want to add everybody to answer. This is for Russell and Deshaun specifically. For me, when I look at Russell, he fits the corporate part of our fan base, the Wall Street type of fan base, and then a guy like Deshaun fits the more street level fans. Do you guys agree?
I agree.
Wait. Street
level?
No,
I don't agree with you.
What the hell does that mean?
Yeah, you need to break that down. Break that down for me.
What the hell does that mean? Street level.
I mean, I'm talking about the people that don't have a lot, like the everyday fan, That's what I'm saying. Like Deshaun Watson is more for the everyday fan, football fan, who are Dolphins fans specifically. That
I think to interject here, Tony. I think what Tony's trying to say on a Rodgers to Deshaun to this, there is a different type of fan that follows guys when they go places, not dissimilar to when Tua came here. A bunch of Alabama fans came here, and maybe in some ways, Watson, because of his Hollywood thing he's got going on with his wife, might do that. And Deshaun is probably a more relatable guy to us as just regular folks. Is that what you're saying, Tony? Because that's kind of what I
that's what I'm saying. Where he's more Russell is more of the elitist type. He's elite. He seems like an elitist type. He thinks he feels like he's better than everybody else.
Stop.
I don't know, man. You can't tell somebody how they feel.
Tony, I don't know where you're going, but I just stop.
Yeah. Help him out here, EM. Help him out, EM.
You all over the place here. No, I think in terms of I will say this about Deshaun Watson. I know he's got himself jammed up in a situation he shouldn't have been. He was irresponsible. Whatever transpired, he should never put himself in a situation. However, for the fan base, for the portion of the fan base that's concerned and they're so consumed with what's in front of us now in terms of his legal issues, I encourage everybody. Matter of fact, I am requesting that everybody go research this man's track record in the Houston community prior to this.
Clean, bro.
Everybody knows he was a squeaky clean choir boy. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, but EM, if I may interject here.
Go ahead,
listen,
bro. Go
guys. I like I said, my perspective, because I've always been into business for myself, I try to have a business perspective with my fan base. I try to take a step back because, as you guys know, your heart gets so attached to this because we give it so much. So you got to be critical in your thinking. And, when Deshaun tried to play hardball with Houston had a little bit of a trump card, didn't they? And that stopped everything because there was nothing almost standing in his way from walking to Miami. In every way, if he was sitting here as a choir boy still allowed to be on social media, chatting it up, talking trash about that organization because they didn't have a little bit of a, ace in the hole, little joker, you know what I'm saying, in the back, you got to think a little bit outside perspective. And don't ever try to think you know what these guys are thinking or feeling. You remember, this is a entertainment industry. The cameraman's going to catch a guy laughing when he shouldn't be, and that's their fault. All eyes are on these guys, and there is other games being played with organizations because, like I said, this is a business, made up of a bunch of subcontractors, especially the big ones, and they do a whole new game that none of us know are being played.
Hey,
These are
Gio's,
billionaires'
I couldn't
toys,
agree
guys.
more.
Billionaires'
more.
toys.
Gio's gotta go back.
These are the most powerful people in the world, bro.
In the
not in
world.
the States, but the world.
That's right.
So
That's right. So
I agree 100%.
don't try to make any
Hey.
parallels between us and them. We're regular folk. These guys live in a universe none of us have even seen.
Gio's
So,
got to go back to work. Let him. He wants to say something real quick.
oh, go ahead, Gio.
Hey, real quick, family. 2 points, man. I wanna. First point is gonna be about Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. There's a reason why Tom Brady's Tom Brady, man, and I think we could all agree. I don't think I'm gonna get a lot of pushback here. The best passer of the football is Aaron Rodgers in the NFL,
Facts.
right? The thing that separates Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady is that Tom Brady provenly will take pay cuts any day to improve the rest of the team. Aaron Rodgers, he goes makes his money, bro. So that's the difference between Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. With that being said,
you think Aaron Rodgers, Gio, would come here and take the bag and not deliver? Is that what you're saying? We could get fleeced
no, but
like
what
Will
I'm
Fuller
saying,
did us?
what I'm saying is that's why Aaron Rodgers won't come here because he's gonna make his money, bro. He's not Tom Brady in that sense. He's just not. You know, he's gonna make.
Man. I don't know, man. I see a guy who loves to prove people wrong.
Second point here, you guys got to remember we have a deal in place right now with Houston for Deshaun Watson. It's there.
It's just waiting on. It's just waiting on him to settle or settle up his legal cases. I do remember that.
He has that no trade clause. Watson wants to go nowhere else. There's a reason. Go look at those jersey sales, man.
Oh no, that's the bombshell of the show, buddy. I wish I could get back in the thing and put it in there because I'd put that at the headline.
Go everybody, real quick. Go on the Tua jerseys. You're gonna see 30 top.
I'm gonna buy a couple and
30,
give them away.
30% off, bro. Wow.
Yeah, I saw the picture on Twitter. He's right. I saw
the level of disrespect. Oh,
it's just the writing's on the wall, Ian. It's just
Yeah. Well, okay, guys. Real quick, I just want to say something from last night because if it was too late and maybe somebody didn't see it. Here's the deal: we all Miami Dolphins fans, y'all. That's the team. That's our team. We got to support who's on this team. We don't have to like them. We don't have to think they're going to be great or nothing. But until they're not on this team, y'all, we got to support them. That's our team, y'all. We all do this because we love the Miami Dolphins, and we got to start respecting each other a little bit more and not really hurting on each other or dogging on each other so much about an opinion because it's an opinion. But we all root for the Miami Dolphins, and that's what.
That's right, brother. That's right. Aqua and orange through and through, brother. Through and through.
Watson Super Bowl. Let's go.
Listen, he comes here. I'm holding him to that.
And you know, and I agree 100%. And listen, and once Deshaun Watson gets here, I'm going to take the same approach as when we drafted Tua. If we remember, I said, look, I love Tua. I'm glad we drafted him, but I don't want to hear nothing about what you did at Alabama. I
was on board. They said tank for Tua. We blew the team up, reset the cap, youth movement. He was going to come in, man. I think we were all on board for that. Am I right?
Yeah.
Most of us were
absolutely. Absolutely.
Everybody except TD, that is. TD was never on board. TD was never on board.
I didn't want to.
I'm sorry, Finsanity. We haven't heard from you yet. Get in here.
What's up, Finsanity?
Hey.
How you doing, King? The person knows who I'm talking to. Pre-injury, everyone was on tour. And it's crazy because it kind of like flipped. Like we were really losing really bad. Then we started, being somewhat competitive. Tua gets injured, and then we start winning. So it's like, oh, number one pick, you don't even need it because Tua's going to drop, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny to me that, we're here at this point in our lives. I'm just enjoying the off season and the roller coaster, even though we're not in the off season yet.
I agree with you, Finsanity. It's going to be a fun roller coaster. That's how I try to look at it now, guys, because it's interesting nonetheless.
Be a roller coaster.
It's going to be a roller coaster.
I got a question. I got a question for you. I got a question.
What's up?
And we hadn't had a chance to talk about this privately or publicly, I don't think. But in terms of like the fan base, because I'm sure, you're on Twitter just like everybody else. You see a large portion of our fan base are just, they don't want to entertain Deshaun Watson at all because of his perceived, what he did, the perception of his legal issues.
Mm-hmm.
So from a female's perspective, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Please, I would really love to know how you feel about that from a female's perspective. The personal side as well as the football side.
Yeah,
if
that
you
sounds
will.
great,
if you feel comfortable with, discussing.
Yeah,
that
not divulging anything of uncomfort. I like that, EM. If we could get a good female opinion, would be great.
From a female perspective, I have very like harsh views on this. A lot of people, argue with me, especially me being a female. I'm always of the mindset, if you really wanted to hold that man accountable, it shouldn't have taken you so long to step up. It shouldn't have taken you so long to get on a mic. And I get it. If you were in, talks with the Houston Texans organization and they were, trying to keep this thing under wraps, because I mean, there's not a player on any NFL team who right now probably isn't in any form of litigation and having it covered up by the organization. Like, don't think that Deshaun is the only guy out there who had a team behind him covering things up.
Good point.
But he made a misstep. He came out, said, "Get me out of here," and they said, "Okay, let's light this whole thing on fire. Like, let's see where you stand now. You go out, get your own legal team. You handle this on your own and whatever." So, from a female standpoint, I'm always of the fact that if he did something, he should be held accountable. But from a realist standpoint, I understand how this world works, and I understand that a lot of people get away with a lot of things just because of who they are, and that's just the real world. That's
a healthy perspective, Insanity, because you can't confuse, the idea that these are elitist in some way. And I know someone said that earlier. Yep. And
here, I was just say, if you look at the timeline of everything, I think she's right. And I'll tell you what my dad and I said this from the get-go. The timeline of all this is when it got really, really bad in Houston, all these accusations came forward and they were brought out into light. And I think this was a ploy by Houston to tarnish his name and decrease his value.
It's kind of what I alluded to. It's kind of what I alluded to. That
who's this? I don't know who just said that, but I live in Texas, bro.
Same here.
There was a female Texans fan that I asked. I just asked her about her, her inside. How she felt about her team. And this was before we'd even heard anything about Watson. And she told me, she had a run in with Watson at the Galleria, the 4-story mall over there in Houston.
Yeah.
She said she wasn't too fond of him as a person and whatnot. I'm not going to go into detail, but later on, after all this happened, and then you start hearing about the trade rumors and whatnot, and then the allegations come out. Same person, bro. Keep in mind, she said she wasn't too fond of him. Personally, as a person, when she ran into him, she said out of her mouth, and this is a woman, bro. She said what they're doing to him is wrong, and she said exactly what you just said. If you just pay attention to the timeline of all this has happened, they did this to him. The Texans, as an organization, are trying to sabotage Watson because we had insight.
We had all the leverage.
Oh no! Check this out, though, Chris. We had insight, and we had knowledge that the day that all this was supposed to happen, when the allegations came out, that there was actually a contract drawn up, and all he had to do was sign. He was already coming to Miami. This was last year, and before the March trade deadline, bro. When all this happened,
fake news,
bro. Well, you can say fake news. You can say fake news if you want. You can say fake news if you want, bro. But if you go back to his Twitter timeline, when all this happened, bro, he said that there is somebody trying to extort me for money, and I don't feel that they deserve a dime, bro. It's still in his Twitter timeline, bro. So you can say fake news all you want, bro.
Just a second, Estefan. Real quick. That's Mike on the mic. He's got a show on here. Check him out. He does a show on the network. You can see it in here, but he lives in Texas too, man. You should reach out, bro. He's in there. But
that's what's up, Mike.
Oh yeah, where you at? Where you at in Texas, bro? Where you at in Texas,
Mike? I'm about an hour south of DFW right now.
Oh, I'm in Dallas, Fort Worth.
Hey, as the fan, we may run into each other, bro. There ain't many Dolphins fans in this area. I used to run Dallas.
Talking too.
Well, actually, EM's in DFW, bro. I'm in San Antonio.
Okay, yeah, and I
I'm
was basic training in San Antonio. But Ian, where you hang out in DFW? Because I ran Arlington, Dallas, and Fort Worth as server bartender for 22
I'm
years.
in
Oh
Arlington.
damn!
Yeah, I worked at Buffalo Wild Wings by the ballpark. I worked at Pluckers, Blackfin,
This is
Boomer
what
Jacks in
defense
South Arlington.
tailgate's about right here,
Damn.
Yeah,
guys.
bro. Like
This
I
is what
probably
the
we
Feds
probably run into
tailgate's
each other
That's
about.
because
what's
We
like
up.
out here, guys.
yeah,
We out here.
yeah.
That
There ain't many
is
people.
Hey,
There ain't
Mike.
many. Y'all know this. There ain't many Dolphin fans in Texas. It's hard as hell to be a
No.
Dolphins fan
Bro,
in
I
Texas
found
because
Hey,
so many
Mike.
they want to.
Texas
Woo,
Dolphin
boy.
fans. You
Yeah.
have no idea.
Hey guys,
Hey,
man.
Mike. I went to
Hey,
Boomer Jacks 2 weeks ago.
I know
Hey,
Ennis.
That's what's up.
I opened the one in South Arlington back in 2011. The one that took over the old Hofbrau in the
Yeah.
Highlands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I opened that. I was the only guy server, so we probably run into
That's
each other.
what's
We,
up.
yeah, we probably met each other. My name was Turbo back then. Everybody used to call me Turbo. Somebody commented how fast I talk. That's just me. You know, I used to go to
Boomer
the
Jacks.
table.
Turbo there.
He
Yeah.
talks in
Hey,
1,000 miles an
Man,
hour, bro.
Batman,
You
what's
talk.
up,
What's up?
brother? I see
Hey,
you
hey,
in
bro.
here,
Hey,
and
hey,
John's in here too, guys. What's up,
Hey,
hey,
what's
the
Batman?
going
Dolphins
on,
might need
everybody?
you
What's up,
to
guys?
bid out all these Tua jerseys, bro.
I just pulled
Listen, I'm
over.
gonna
Look,
give them all out on the show, guys. For all
I
y'all guys that don't know, we got a free Madden video game going on Mike on the Mike show last night. He gave away
Damn.
one of the players on the betting show with Brandon the Bookie, Big
Make sure,
Kev,
yeah,
and
don't give it
Oz.
away.
They gave away a name on Friday. I'll be giving away the third name. If you guys want a free Madden video game, holla at your boy. Get the third name on Friday. Send it to me in the comments. We'll link up. As Ennis will tell you when he gets his hat on Saturday, I'm a man of my word. This is about giving for me, guys. It's about love.
That's big.
That's awesome.
Giving
Big
everyone
facts.
in.
That's what's
That's
up.
That's
That's
awesome.
what's
Hey,
up.
I got some news, man. King Mill dropped some crazy picture this morning. Ennis knows what I'm talking about. Basically, all authentic Tua jerseys are 30% off right now, man. That's crazy.
yeah. That's what Gio came in here and said,
Yeah.
man. He
Yeah,
dropped
man.
the
And
bomb on us, dog.
King Mill just dropped that image on us.
Hey, hey, Batman, did you hear that they're altering the jersey as well? They're changing the number 1 to a noodle, bro, to represent us all.
Listen, man. Listen.
Damn,
This is the
bro.
biggest thing.
Golly.
Hey, what kind of noodle we talking? Is it linguine? What is it, man? I
It's
mean,
got to be
This
a
is the
linguine,
biggest
bro.
thing.
yeah, right. It's
Wow.
linguine, right?
Listen, guys.
Yeah. See what I
Wow.
was talking about, yeah.
Hey, listen,
What's
everybody.
that?
Yeah. You see what
What's
I was
that?
telling you this
Knows,
morning?
And on the
everybody
What's
Dolphins,
knows.
that?
Yeah.
noodle
All right. Slow
firm.
down, guys. Slow down.
Hang on. I
Batman,
can't hear.
Just
I
real
can't hear.
quick.
Batman,
'cause
what you got, dog?
I'm jumping right out. I had to pull over at work, and my reception's pretty bad here at my route. But I just wanted to say something. Look, prior to the game, this is maybe like 3-4 days. Actually, it was like 2 days before Christmas. I ended up buying. I spent a little bit of money. I wanted to get that Tua military jersey, right? I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's an olive green jersey. It's beautiful.
Tell me they gave it to you for free. Tell me they gave it to you for
I
free.
actually spent a good amount on it, and I ended up buying it. And I got it when I got back from Tennessee. I got it in the mail, and I'm thinking, man, now with all this smoke and everybody just basically writing Tua off, and I'm a Tua guy. And I'm at the point where, like, man, is it worth investing all that money on a jersey now?
Yeah, but guess what? You made a smart
No.
investment because it's not Dolphins colors. He could end up on another team, pull them patches off, and you could resell it, dog. Get some of
Just
that
get a
money.
magic marker. And
See,
Hey,
that's why it
listen.
should have been eating the vegetables, bro, when we were trying to
You
feed
know
you
what?
Deshaun, bro.
You know what?
Eat
I
them
took the
vegetables, bro,
approach.
man.
We all know how I felt about Tua, right? I never bought a Tua jersey until he proved himself. I said,
I got a couple of Tua shirts for my wife and daughter, but I didn't buy myself one.
I got a Tua jersey already. This is my
prove
second one.
yourself first.
Yep. John, what's happening, John? I see you in here on the panel, brother. Tell us how you feel. What's going on?
Can we just say I don't like how Tua has the number 1. I just feel like that was like a conceited thing to have. I know that
out the gates, dog. I love it.
Arizona has number 1, and he's earned that number 1 jersey.
He wanted 13. Marino was going to give it to him.
No, hell no.
He wanted
13.
Hell no, bro. That blasphemy.
No, but I was
never
actually
right.
what I wanted to say was I was actually looking up those Kirk Cousins numbers. Holy shit.
He
Those
is
numbers
phenomenal.
The numbers are right. You know what I'm
He
saying?
is phenomenal.
I don't look at Kirk Cousins and see Aaron Rodgers like that laser talent, but like
No.
I hope the ceiling for Tua is Kirk Cousins-esque, and that's kind of what I hoped we were going to get because I had realistic
I agree 100%.
expectations with Tua. I never thought he could ever be a Josh Allen arm. That wasn't going to happen. I don't care if he took a bunch of steroids, which that some guys do that, but Kirk Cousins is no one to disrespect, guys, and we made this parallel.
But do you guys like that $40 million cap hit?
What's up, Batman?
Do you guys like that $40 million cap hit though?
For
mean,
Deshaun
hey.
Watson, I do.
Exactly. That's
Y'all
what
can keep,
right.
y'all
That's
can
what
keep
I'm
No,
talking
Kirk
about.
Cousins.
I'm talking about
Why did you
dollars
bring
and
Kirk
cents.
Cousins into it?
Talking
Because
about
that's
dollars
what it
and
is. The
cents.
$40 million
listen.
cabinet.
If you look at Kirk Cousins' resume, the production that he's had, it substantiates a $40 million contract. Because he's a top 10
No,
guy.
he's efficient, bro. He's
He's been a
efficient.
top 10 guy.
He's
He
not
has
just
been a
efficient,
top.
bro. I've seen him hit, guys deep downfield.
He is a
to win
top
football
10
games. To win
He has
football
been
games.
he has been a top 10 quarterback for a long time, bro. And I'm
Straight
telling you,
up.
if they don't get Watson, if you can't get Watson for some reason, or you can't get Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, I don't look at him as a fallback plan. I'm not saying I would take him over Watson, but bro, we need to put a lot more respect on that man's name. If you get him, if you get that level of production here in Miami with this defense, you can't tell me we're not
I
aim,
get
we're,
you.
we're not
I
a
get
top
you,
10
yeah.
team in
But
the AFC.
if you're gonna come here and tell me that the Miami fan base is gonna approve of giving $40 million a year to Kirk Cousins, you're dead wrong, homie. You're
Who
dead
cares?
wrong.
Who cares about the fan base?
We can't
Who cares?
restructure that contract.
Since when did the front office give a damn about the fan base?
Yeah,
They don't give a damn.
Listen, that
bro.
ain't no
But
BS
Kirk
right
Cousins,
there, bro.
man, come on. And another factor is, how old is he gonna be? I don't know. I'm just asking.
He's
I'm
30.
asking. I really
He's
don't know.
30. I think he's 32. I believe 31.
Yeah,
32.
no,
I believe.
he's got time left. No,
He's in
no
his
doubt,
early
bro.
30s.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got time left,
No,
which is kind of the
Kirk
same
Cousins,
situation with Russ
bro,
too, as well.
33 years old. 33.
That ain't bad.
We watched Jesse Davis the whole year. You know they don't care about us.
That's a little bit.
He'll be 34 going into next season, by the way.
I would rather have one of option A or B, but Kirk Cousins is an excellent C option. Excellent.
No, he is. For me, it's
listen,
Aaron
I'm not
Rodgers.
pissed off if Kirk Cousins is the
For me, it's
quarterback.
Aaron
That's for
Rodgers, Deshaun Watson.
It ain't my 40 million, so I don't care.
sure. Listen,
How about Jimmy G?
no way.
Hey,
I don't
go
want
away.
Jimmy
Go
G.
away. Go away. Go away.
Keep
Go
that.
away.
Keep
Boo
that,
this
bro.
man.
I'll roll.
Hey.
I'll roll with Jordan Love before Jimmy G. Just
Hey,
to
real
move
quick.
my dog.
Hey, Chris, real quick. It just came across a thing. Baker Mayfield may ask for a trade out of Cleveland.
Yeah.
I don't want Baker
As
either.
for a
Where's he
trade,
going?
hell no.
I don't want Baker.
No, I'm not
Fuck
saying for
Baker
us.
Mayfield.
I'm not saying.
where
I'm not
Baker,
saying
you know
for
where
us.
Baker could go? Listen, guys, and as we could see, Baker Mayfield just saying that, we're throwing in Kirk Cousins names. It's going to be a healthy
I'm
quarterback
not throwing
market
Baker
coming
Mayfield
up.
in there. I'm just saying.
I mean,
I just said, but he
honest.
threw himself in there is my point. I'm talking
Dolphins
about
fans like to say there's no market
teams.
for Tua.
I
Is
know
there a
that.
market for Baker right now?
Listen, I
think
heard this.
Tua
I
and
heard this
Baker
the other
will
Yeah,
day.
the supermarket,
in New
Publix.
Orleans.
That
I think Baker and Tua can get a 4th round pick. You can get a 4th round pick for him right now.
Oh,
But
bro.
EM, could this be a narrative that gets out that Baker may ask for the trade? Because it is very well documented that the Browns will also be in pursuit of Deshaun Watson. That's why, like, when people be like, Dolphin fans are crazy for wanting to pursue, do you not see the list of
Everyone's
teams
pursuing.
I know, right?
Everyone's
pursuing
pursuing.
Deshaun Watson? And their fan bases are just like,
That's kind of
yeah, go ahead.
But
Give me
when I
Deshaun.
look at a
And we over
team,
here
when I
talking
look at a
about
team
what
like
this man done did
Cleveland,
off the field.
when I look at a team like Cleveland potentially being on the market, I think, goodness gracious, what a perfect marriage for Cleveland and Tua, because they need cap help. Tua's on a rookie contract. Maybe we could sell that and get a 1st round pick and a little bit extra out of a team like that for that Deshaun package, man.
No.
Outside in the cold, bro. I don't know that arm of Tua's, bro.
The Browns will know. You know why the Browns won't pursue Tua?
Why?
Because you have the big bad Bengals.
Yeah, I know that.
They don't want that drama. They don't want that controversy. They don't even want that narrative out there with Burrow versus.
But if they move on from Baker, are they going to be drafting a quarterback? They ain't got enough losses to get up in there, man. So who are they going to get?
They probably trade Landry and move up in the first
draft either.
So. Landry ain't going to get him.
Chris,
Landry's been injured all year.
They'll move up in the draft with Landry and to move up in the first. They're probably
what is Landry going to get in return if you're talking about trading Landry?
That's what I'm saying. Landry's been injured all year. They'd have to throw something else on it. Teams don't want to buy contracts like they used to, guys. Yeah, I don't think that's going to get them the capital plus their first to move up. I don't think anyone's looking at Landry going, "Ooh, Landry." No, I don't think that's happening. He's been injured a lot this year. His production.
You got to give up Myles Garrett and a pick to move up.
See, that's real. That's real capital. Myles Garrett's got some real capital.
Chris, I have a question.
Y'all wouldn't want Landry on the cheap, bro?
I
No,
want Landry.
no.
I want Landry.
Tony, get to your
No.
question,
We already
brother.
got Ty.
No.
We got
Hold on.
five
Tony,
Titans on the
Tony's got a
roster.
question. Tony got a question. What's up, Tony?
That's death,
Yeah,
bro.
well, yeah. Well, what I'm wondering, do you guys think there's ever going to be? You know how Dee Podesta came from baseball. Do you think there's going to be more franchises getting a former general, analytical guy from baseball to be
How'd
part
that
of
work
their
out?
front office?
How'd that work out?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
No.
Analytics,
To answer
dude.
your
Listen,
question,
NFL.
no. How'd that work
outside-
out?
I
Nobody
understand
wants
the question,
analytics in
Tony. I
football.
understand the question, Tony, but I'll be honest, brother. Baseball is a really good analytical sport. Football analytics are guesses at best, dog.
Mhm.
It is so much more squirrely than baseball with the analytics parts because QBR ratings are a joke. Ratings on position groups are a joke because I could look at a guy that the rating makes sense and I'm like, hell yeah, that's a good rating. That makes sense. And we use them, dog, but you gotta train these eyes for football, man. You gotta know what the hell you're
And
looking at,
let's
and that's
be
why
honest,
a lot of pro
football,
athletes that
if we
get
being
into the game are really good because you gotta have, in some ways, man, you gotta be at least on the field to see what the hell's going on, or had to play a
analytics
little
don't
bit.
give you the
like
flow
in
of the game.
football,
It's
week to
heart,
week,
bro.
you could pick like
There's
5 or 6
momentum.
games where if the ball just bounced one way, one team would win and then the other
Excellent
one
point,
wouldn't.
bro. It ain't a lucky swing because the guy that gets the lucky swing's been swinging and cracking them all year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get a ball that just gets tipped because it rained that day, and the third string corner takes it to the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This game is so crazy, bro. So I wouldn't get
But
hung up too much on
like
analytics, especially with GMs, because if my GM's this analytic guru, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be like, who the hell is this asshole coming from baseball over? I would be pissed off if I seen some shit like that, guys.
but analytics they'll tell you like you might be in the red zone and analytics say go for it or don't go for it. But if they got a cornerback that's got hurt the play before, the analytics they don't have an analytics. You see what I'm saying? For situational flow of the game. You see what I'm saying? It's just saying what the ratio percentage is, but it doesn't take into account, like you said, the feeling of the game or what's going on during the game. The team might catch a stride, the other team might be bending, but the analytics ain't going to take that into account. It's just
Yeah,
going
and
to take into account.
another thing, Ennis, just to throw another wrench in on analytics with football versus baseball. I mean, listen, the fans play a part in this so much because you could get so loud in these stadiums where you can see it rattles certain players. And baseball, I ain't never heard a baseball stadium get so loud that it rattles something. I know they do with the pitchers and stuff like that. And I've been to some fun baseball games where they're yelling out "No Mo" and stuff like that back in the Dizzy. But I mean, I haven't seen that kind of motion where when things do go, the snowball happens, and then now everyone seems to be firing on all cylinders where you're getting sacks, interceptions. A whole game can go off the rails so quickly, man. It's pretty crazy. That's kind of what happened to the Dolphins and towards the fourth quarter there. It really started getting off the rails, guys. So go ahead.
Yeah, and also, when you guys were talking about Deshaun earlier, in my honest opinion, I also kind of find it suspicious that as soon as he fires his attorney, he starts representing these women. Do you guys find that kind of a little bit squirrely there too?
What? Represent
What
what
happened?
women?
What
What?
happened? Tony, are you telling
you
me
just be
that
all over the
Deshaun
place.
Watson fired his attorney and that same attorney that he fired started representing some of the women? Is that confirmed?
Yes.
Really? I
I
haven't
didn't know
heard that, bro.
Tony.
I had
I
no
haven't
idea.
heard that at all.
Listen,
I'm in the
Tony,
league
not
of
that I
stuff.
don't
You can't
believe
do
you
that.
because it sounds like you're putting in some freaking hard work over there. I need to check on that. I'm writing that down.
I haven't heard that at all.
I don't know, man. You mean one of his attorney then turned? First of all, if that happens, how the hell that ain't no conflict of interest, guys?
It is.
Right?
You're not allowed to do that.
He would not be able to do that.
Yeah, how the hell would he be
It's a
able to do
malpractice
that?
situation.
The guy who's
You're not
representing
getting your
this woman-
information from somebody on Twitter, are you, Tony?
No. They interviewed the attorney on Sports Center. The guy who's representing these women. He said it from his mouth. He actually
What's the name of this guy?
Yeah, what's this cat's name, dog? I'm looking this up after the show, bro.
Busby. Tony
Busby is the
Busby.
name of the lawyer.
Tony Busby. Tony Busby.
You talking
He
about
used
Tony
to
Busby?
represent Deshaun.
You know what
Did
else
he
is fishy
represent
about
Deshaun
that
or
whole
the
situation,
organization?
bro?
There's
You
a
know what
difference.
I
You
think
know,
I think he represented the Texans. I think he's affiliated with the He was affiliated with
he's
Texans in some capacity.
okay. Listen. When I was telling you about that girl earlier, bro, one of the things that was brought up that she said was the owner and Busby are next door neighbors, bro. The owner of the Texans.
That's all right. I mean, I do business
I
with
really
my
don't care
neighbors
about
too,
that
dog. I don't give
detail.
a damn about that. I mean, that's how you find someone you can really trust in this life when you're doing some next level stuff. But I mean, I don't know.
There can be no conflict
I
of
got it written
interest
down here.
if
I'm
you're an
gonna
attorney.
check in if he's did that yet. If he was his actual attorney and represented him, I'll see about that, and we'll get back to that another time. But back on topic, guys. Let's try to focus in on this coaching staff on the offensive side of the ball, because I've been hearing people talk about, we need to move on from these coordinators, and I don't know, some things Gotsy's done and Studsville's done, and this experiment has worked, and I agree that we get one of these better top end quarterbacks, they're going to be able to hide up deficiencies. That's how you get somebody that gets hired. They go be a new head coach somewhere when they're unqualified. We see that plenty, but who are we going to bring in as an offensive coordinator to replace this, to take over within reason? I mean, you got to remember, guys.
Kendall Briles.
I don't know. But within reason, someone we could bring in as an offensive coordinator that wouldn't conflict with how Flores has. I wouldn't
Keep
say
the bums we got.
He's a what?
I would
keep the bums we got.
My approach would be to, unless it's a Doug Peterson or somebody that's really been a really established guy, I would stay the course with Gotti.
Yep.
I like, again, I think situationally there's been a lot, there's been some inconsistency there, but I think because I think this staff for the most part, they've been very creative in terms of what, formationally that they were able to do, formations that they were able to give us over the year. So I think with a veteran, with a better quarterback that has a diverse skill set, I think, let's say Deshaun, more likely it'll be Deshaun. You've got that familiarity already with Deshaun and Godsey. He's well aware of what Deshaun is capable of from a mental standpoint as well as a physical standpoint. I would stay the course. And again, I think Deshaun Watson's him being in the league so long and being an established player, whatever inconsistencies there are situationally with Godsey, Deshaun Watson's ability can mask a lot of that. And so if I'm Flores, the offensive coordinator position is not the one I would make the move with. It would be an O-line coach. That's the one I would be looking for. An established guy.
I assume that EM. I mean, that better happen, and not that I got anything personally against Jean-Pierre, but he got handed a tough situation with a young team, of pretty much mostly rookies, and everyone shuffled around. So the deck was stacked against him in some ways, but his press conference didn't do him any favors.
Oh, bro. Oh, man.
Bro. That was ugly as hell.
I don't know. Maybe he was. But I don't know what was going on there, bro.
I think about, and even with Deshaun, actually, how crazy it would be if we get Deshaun, about Bill O'Brien coming in here and putting together an offensive staff and working together, because they have the New England connection. They could go, hey, listen, let's join forces and stick it to Bill. The friggin' narrative writes itself for this Cinderella story. Deshaun Watson ends up with Bill O'Brien and Brian Flores back in the AFC East. It would be amazing to watch that happen, bro. Amazing. I'd really, really root for some Bill O'Brien hire at the end of this year.
You do realize Bill O'Brien was burning down the Texans organization because he wanted to be Bill's
all the
parent.
more reason for it to be an amazing story.
No. If he wants to be Bill Belichick's heir apparent, do you think he goes to the Miami Dolphins for any any plausible reason if that was his ultimate goal. It's ironic that he goes with Bill's best buddy, Nick Saban, and Bama, and
I
chills
know.
out there.
I've already
he's
seen the
not coming to
pettiness from
Miami.
afar,
Like, come
bro.
on.
That's why I'm saying it. I've seen the pettiness from afar.
Connect the dots. He wants the New England job when it's up and ready. So he's not even
That's
touching
Daniel's
Miami.
job. That's Daniel's job. That's why he's back there. They're all. Yeah, Josh McDaniels. He's sitting there waiting in line.
Josh McDaniels has already shown an ability to be a head coach.
Yeah, but he's still young enough to get that second shot. And listen, teams come a calling to him every year, and he could walk out again and get a second head coaching job, no problem. I think he's waiting for Bill. I think he's waiting for Bill, and I think there's going to be something.
My problem is Bill won't touch the Dolphins because of his personal goals and his personal wants. He's not going to be like, oh, F you, Bill, I'm about to go make this Miami Dolphins offense like just run havoc in the AFC East. No, that doesn't fit his plan of what he wants for himself. He knows that would pretty much kill any dream that he wants. He literally traded away D-Hop and did all these crazy GM trades. And we're like, what the heck is going on with Bill O'Brien? And he's like, I want them to fire me so I can go back to New England. Granted, he can't surpass Josh McDaniels and get his OC job back. But if that head coaching job comes up, he could be like, listen, I did all this for you guys.
Yeah, but isn't Bill grooming his son and McDaniels to take it over? I'm telling you,
my problem is the narrative that Bill will not touch the Dolphins, even if Deshaun comes here, because of where he wants to be. He obviously still has some love and loyalty for the New England Patriots to do all that, and then to put it out there on record that he was doing it for the New England Patriots. He's not coming to Miami. I feel like that's a mute point. It would be nice. It would be sexy. It would be great. But he'd rather stay underneath Nick Saban's, little arm and go out there and win national championships and just buy his time.
You right, Chris. Josh McDaniels, he had that Indy head coaching job backed out because he wanted to stay in New England. I think that was Bill saying, "Hey, just wait a little bit longer. I got you."
I think Bill O'Brien could probably see from afar. I don't think he's got any shot at that New England job. And if anyone's going to get it, it'll be Daniels. And if it's not Daniels, I think Bill would give it to his son. Why not? Who cares? He's grooming his son to be the mini him anyhow.
I'm not arguing that point. I'm arguing the point that Bill would not touch the Miami Dolphins because of his personal wants and goals and ties to New England. I'm not arguing your point. That makes sense for Bill to give it to his son or Josh. What I'm saying is from the perspective of Bill O'Brien, if his whole dream and goals, and he has this love and the ties for New England that he literally traded away Deshaun's best weapon, one of the top wide receivers in a trade that was inexplicable, then gave away 3 first-round picks for a left tackle and a wide receiver that barely sees the field now. Come on now. If he was willing to do that for some undying love for the Patriots, I don't see him leaving one OC job on the best team in college football to come to the Miami Dolphins.
And I don't disagree with your theory, but I mean, I thought he I don't think it was so much he did all this for the Patriots love. I think he did all of it because he really was overwhelmed. He thought he was a little bit too smart. And I do see that he squirreled there. He trading away D-Hop the way he did was obviously another message, but we've seen coaches become GMs and blow up just as fast before. So I don't know, man. That
happened once he was ready to leave, because I mean, we weren't talking about him as such a horrible GM until he was like, I'm ready to get up out of this craziness and with the Houston Texans organization.
But I can't.
So don't say he's a bad GM. He purposely tanked the GM position.
No, he was great. He was good at finding talent. There's no doubt about that.
I would do something like. It's probably not possible, but I would throw the bag at Tony Romo, bro. Why not?
Yeah, offensive coordinator. Why not?
He knows the offensive coordinator.
He knows the game better most.
I don't know, man.
Does he even want to be an offensive coordinator? We're just assuming.
No. What are you talking
He
about?
don't.
Tony Romo. Tony
Yeah,
Romo.
yeah,
He
he
ain't
got
got
I
no
don't even know where that came
experience.
from.
Are you kidding me? Maybe I give him a shot as a quarterbacks coach or
That's the
something like
Texas
that.
guy in you.
Yeah,
Like I said, I
Andy.
think I think the majority of the issues offensively, I think it's more execution than anything. If you get stability at the quarterback position, if you get a little more stability up front on that O line, you will see a significant increase in production overall. That's
we
what I
watch it
think.
happen
And
in
I
Dallas.
think
We watch it happen in Dallas.
I think they are going to end up staying with these OCs though.
and first of all, the first thing Flores needs to do, if he does stick with Godsey, he needs to publicly, identify who the guy is, because I don't want this lingering. Look at how big of a distraction this was this year. The beat right, everybody wondering, well, who's calling plays, who's doing this, who's doing that. You don't want to go in another situation next year with this being another distraction in a season which you have to win, or more than likely you're going to be fired. So he needs to publicly identify who the guy is. Don't start with this. Create this question, this uncertainty around who the play caller is.
Which is the first shoe to drop first? A move at quarterback or a move at the OC?
I think. Well, publicly, it's going to be the quarterback. I think.
We've seen jerseys just go on sale, so I think that train's in motion.
Yeah. Well, I think publicly.
Okay, but
I think privately, Flores has already had. I think pretty much privately they know, what direction they're going to go in. But publicly, it'll be the quarterback.
Well, and to Ian's point, these coordinators were brought in for Tua. They were brought in to help Tua grow. They were college coordinators that knew the RPO and they thought they had a good game plan. They brought them in for Tua. If Tua is gone, those offensive coordinators aren't going to be here anymore.
Correct. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. Godsey's worked with Deshaun before.
Exactly.
I mean, that's kind of an easy
The only
lay in
one-
there.
okay.
And
The
then
only
if
one
you
they
get
brought in was
Rodgers in,
Charlie
he can
Fry.
work with any coordinator. Let's get real. It's Rodgers, dude. That guy runs the offense. So
I was going to say he runs his own plays.
the-
He don't care what
The
else he
only
says.
the only coach that they brought in specifically for Tua is Charlie Fry.
That's
What
right.
was the second? What was the
I
second?
just went on NFL Shop and Fanatics. I don't see nothing on sale.
Yeah, I think it was just if somebody moved Dolphins jerseys or Tua's jerseys onto a rack, but it is what it is. I saw a picture too.
What?
It-
We got
it's
some
it-
misinformation running around here.
Yeah, they lied. I'm literally on the website.
Okay.
I'm literally on the
That's
website
hilarious.
right now.
That's hilarious.
Still full price.
That's so funny, man. That's pretty
Greatness.
good. Listen, that's what's funny about it, is, dude. The misinformation is half the battle. It's freaking hilarious. Don't kid yourself. That's maybe Miami Dolphins let that slide by out there. Who knows? These guys play a dirty game when it comes to contracts and stuff like that. But okay, guys, as far as a game plan, and this is sad because there's nothing to win, nothing to play for.
Oh yeah, there is. You got to sweep. You got to sweep New England. We ain't
Well,
done that
that's
forever.
the narrative I see being pushed by people who are Tua people. It's been a quiet whisper after that performance, but they're like, yeah, but Tua's never lost to Bill Belichick.
Oh, I don't care about that.
So, I think about that. But if the Dolphins plan on moving on from Tua, it behooves them to literally do everything in their power to prop him up and make his numbers inflated to get his trade value up as high as they can. Because to me, the proper suitor for Tua is Carolina. It's an easy slide. That Tua market moves right. Half that market lives in Carolina area anyhow. They should just go ahead and just make that marriage happen. He'll have an elite back that can run the hell out of that RPO if they get to keep Christian McCaffrey, because they're trading just for Tua. They're not trading for Deshaun. They trade for Deshaun, it's going to cost them McCaffrey. They keep McCaffrey and get Tua with McCaffrey that's carried that team by himself anyhow. That RPO would look pretty good in Carolina. He would go instantly into a much better situation with, at least from the running back standpoint. I think that's the sell, guys. I think as Dolphin fans, we need to start going, hey, Carolina, did you guys know Tua? He's got a great QBR in the fourth quarter. And, these analytics get tricky, man. It's time to.
We can't even get a bag of chips for Tua right now. Nobody wants to. I'm sorry. I think that
listen, this is a what have you done for me lately? And when you measure the year's statistics in a way, if Tua comes out this week and throws for 300 plus yards and 3 touchdowns, you can just it's a selling point. You got to look at it if we were Carolina fans. Okay,
The only
Think of
way
it.
that happens is if we are losing big in the
Okay,
fourth quarter.
just listen. Take this perspective as a Carolina fan. I'm a Carolina Panthers fan now. My favorite player on Carolina is Christian McCaffrey. Hands down, there's no way we like him from afar. The guy's amazing. Their team sucked this year because he didn't play. It didn't matter. They got Cam Newton back in there. Even the love they had for a great like Cam Newton has fallen from their fan base. They're desperate, dog. They're desperate. This Dolphins and Chris Greer is smart. He's smart. Don't be surprised. Do not be surprised if this team figures out a way to at least, even if they lose the game, Tua doesn't have a performance like he did. And he's got 300 plus yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, this inflated number, because then you tell Carolina fans, hey, you get to keep Christian McCaffrey and get a rookie quarterback on a rookie deal. Don't have to worry about draft. You hit it. He can work. They come in. They prop it up on the defensive side. Hopefully they get a better line blocking out of it. It's something they can sell their fans.
So like a 3-way trade you're talking?
Well, no, yeah, definitely get the capital from the trade.
And we
to
give
Carolina,
it to Houston. And we give it to
Houston. That's right. That's how we buy this out. I see the price for Deshaun. First of all, I see Deshaun's legal issues clearing up here shortly. And I was waiting to save a lot of this, guys, because I've been looking at it from this perspective all year. And I have a couple of people I keep in my personal circle that I've said this. So breaking news, guys. The real Chris is here to tell you how he really feels. This team has been moving and propping up this quarterback all year. He really has, in a smart way, putting the ball in defense, and it is to sell him and his value as high as they can. And Carolina is the perfect suitor for the fans, for the money, for the market, all the right reasons as an entertainment business makes sense for Tua to be in a market like Carolina. And they get to keep their guy. You get a first-round draft pick and a third for Tua. That paired, now you have.
What in a what?
I'm telling you guys. Do not kid yourself on the slickness of this organization and how they can sell something to another fan base while they're desperate, because now the measuring stick is we can get Deshaun, but it's going to cost you every pick for the next 4 years and your favorite player fan base. You guys are looking at it from only one perspective as a Dolphin fan on what we think Tua's worth, not what a new fan base would think they could afford him for, and not be left with the same losing ass team they had last year, wasting their favorite player's talent. It's a different perspective.
We're not going to get a first for Tua.
I ain't gonna lie. Chris might be on something.
I'm telling you guys,
The
this is
Panthers
an
just put all their
entertainment
hope into
business, guys.
freaking.
When you said that propping him up, I was there with you, man. But you kind of lost me on the trade value because
mark my words, guys. Mark my words. You will see the campaign to sell Tua and a fan base around the NFL. They don't sell first-round quarterbacks that have fan bases like Tua cheap. They'll keep him before they don't let him go for a first.
I was told
he is worth something. He's worth something.
I was told.
I'm with you on the fact that they were propping him up.
I was told right around the trade deadline when everyone thought the trade for Deshaun Watson was imminent. The Dolphins were trying to shop him. They got offered a 4th-round pick. Even so, there was one team offered a 5th, and the Dolphins could not get that team to even go higher than a 5th. So I think our expectation, we need to pump the brakes on the expectation on what we can attain in terms of trade value. In terms of a trade with Tua, bro,
guys, because
they needed a quarterback.
Business. It's bad for business in the NFL when contracted starters have that many years and that big of a fan base and a following are sold so cheap. So they won't sell them that cheap. That won't happen. We'll see Deshaun and Tua.
That's what I wanted to say, Chris. Look, bro, for the past few weeks, where we've been as our situation at the, with Tua, I've been saying, you can ask him, bro. I've been saying all Tua, the Tua situation right now is about getting his trade value up. Nothing
That's right, brother. I think
I think he got as high as a late round, first round pick, but I think it's dropped to a minimum. I think the best you can get for him is third round, bro.
That's guys. You guys
Hell no.
don't kid yourselves. A week ago, if we would have traded him a week ago on a 6-game winning streak, okay, and his numbers were good, and we were all of us as fans we're posting stuff. He's the best quarterback in the fourth quarter. We got a little bit of fire going to us. You guys got to remember, it's a what have you done for me lately? This is all predicated on how we feel about him next week, because that's how slow. This is a microwave society, a Walmart. Buy this cup, it breaks, I get a new damn cup. That's what this is, guys. And as footballs, we digest it in the same way. That's why there's so much content coming out. When I tell you that we're looking at it as fans for the reasons we dislike him, but you get some film together and you put together a campaign the way this business works, guys. It works. This is how it's done. I've seen it done. How the hell do you think we bought Josh Rosen for a second rounder when his value was at his lowest and he just waltzed his way right out of the league? We should have never paid that, but it worked. And a guy
that ought to tell you.
Whoa. Josh Rosen's value is
that ought-
not at his
worth is it, and it can
Josh
be
Rosen's
it can be
value
played.
was at its lowest. I think the narrative was that there was so much narrative around Josh Rosen. Oh, he had this horrible offensive line, and he was just coming off of what's the name 1 year.
Dude, Tua has an entire fan base. Tua has an entire fan base, though, guys.
So you could
You know who was available in that draft, bro? You could have got Buda Baker with that Rosen pick, or DK Metcalf, bro, and with that second round pick, man. We missed out on a lot of talent.
And that, to me, the fact that Josh Rosen he was worth. Well, they attained a second round pick in return for him. And if that information is accurate about the Dolphins shopping tool and was only offered nothing higher than a fourth, man, that is so deflating for me, bro.
I could honestly see that
So deflating.
Tua's people probably put that misinformation out there to then deter. I'm telling you guys, don't kid yourself. There's a lot of games being played. I've watched from afar for a very long time, and I look at everything with a complete 360. There's a reason why no one's seen me, and no one's seen me on Twitter and on anything up to this point. And now I'm here, and I got all this, and I've been watching this team and this organization and this owner and this back office quietly forever. There is other games being played, and they are smart. These are real businessmen, guys. We're talking about moguls. They're talking about ex-CIA hired guys. We're talking about stuff that they've got security teams that have 20,000 people doing just media stuff. Okay, so these people are smart. They're not going to let an organization like the Tua Tagovailoa brand that has such a freaking following. They've got, Too Anonymous, and it's dude, look how much the needle moves when you just talk about them or things, and people want to know and get in on the conversation and do it. I'm telling you, that is worth a lot to a team like Carolina, who has nothing to root for at this point except for Christian McCaffrey and watch his talent fall apart.
You're forgetting his injury proneness, and that's what's going to hold back any first round draft pick possibility.
I'm not saying that us as Dolphin fans can't find a lot of ways to devalue Tua. I'm talking about us as Dolphin fans and the Dolphins organization. And then you got to remember, too, if you're Carolina and you're trading for Tua, you want to show they're not marching into on a project. They're marching into it as our new savior, first quarterback, number one, that we're not going to lose and look like we did. That's not how the fan base wants to
and
sell
you know
it.
what they're going to say? They're going to say, you saw how that work out in Miami.
I know that's how we will say it. I'm talking about the PR
Their
teams
fan
on
base
both
too.
sides.
EM.
I don't know.
EM.
We'll see.
As a talent evaluator, what you are capable of doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got all these QBs throwing in their hats for a trade, right? So let's start adding it up. What is Aaron Rodgers going for? What is Deshaun going for? What is Kirk Cousins going for? What is Baker Mayfield potentially going for? Right? And then you start thinking about the draft. Well, where are we going to start drafting QBs in the draft? And then where would you throw Tua in the midst of all of that, depending on what team he could possibly go to, off of his tape that he's put in the NFL? Not nothing from Bama. What he's done in the NFL. Where would you put him in the mix of all of that?
Wow.
I'm
I
sorry,
think
it's a
John.
lot. I should give you time.
I
That was a
think
good take, though.
very good, very good. I think John hit the nail on the head with two. I think what teams are going to take into account, from an NFL perspective, that injury. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Still being so close to it, and Tua clearly still hasn't recovered completely from that injury. Who knows where he is in terms of percentage? Is he 50% of himself, or is he 60? Is he 70? Who knows?
Yeah,
So
we
that
drafted him
uncertainty.
though. We drafted him in this with the 6th pick, coming off a major injury. And think of how we had an entire tank for Tua, like year. We
The
had an
nostalgia's
entire.
gone.
I know that, but I'm just telling you, don't underestimate the power of what they'll do to sell something to another fan base. We picked Houston dry. We picked, you know what I'm saying?
Houston wanted to be picked dry, but okay.
I know that, man, but I'm just saying.
They can
Houston
try to
didn't
sell.
I'm not trying to break down, Chris. I'm not trying to break down your narrative, but the nostalgia for Tua across the NFL is completely dead. The only people that want Tua is Tua.
I know, right? I was also
100%.
told. I was also told recently on the same conversation when it, what I just talked about him when they try to trade him. That in 90% of it, 99% of NFL circles, they view Tua as a baseline, barely starter to a what did he say? Yeah, he's
then I'm praying for
very
a
good
400-yard,
backup,
5-touchdown game out of Tua
a
this
very
week.
good backup.
No, Tua is going to be a
backup.
very good QB too. It's not a joke to say that.
Can I ask one more question?
Go ahead, Vincent.
And also, right, we're not taking into the account that Tua being put on the market will be late, because the Dolphins are not putting Tua on the market until they have secured a trade for another QB. So his value there automatically
you're right.
plummets.
You're right about they'll lose leverage if they did that. They'll lose leverage if they did that.
They don't care about that leverage. They're caring about who's the next guy we're getting in here right now, because Tua ain't it.
No, I'm saying if they trade Tua without a quarterback
did you guys hear
already
reports that he's going up east in the offseason to practice?
What's
No,
that?
I didn't see that.
He's going up east and up north to practice in the offseason to learn about the weather and everything like that.
Tua is?
Yeah, that was a news report that came out today. It was like 4 hours ago.
Well, he probably already been tipped off of where he's going.
Up east where, in Carolina?
He's going to the CFL. He's going to the CFL,
if that's the
bro.
case, it would make more sense it'd be Pittsburgh, if anything.
You know what? I don't necessarily see the fit in Pittsburgh. If you go
by,
I don't see it. Other than Najee Harris, I don't see the fit there. I don't. I could be wrong, but
now, we already saw how bad Pittsburgh struggled this year with subpar arm from Ben. I'm not saying
I know, right?
It's bad.
Very good point.
Tua's arm is better than Ben's. Like, let's put that out there. It's better than Ben's, but I don't think right now they're swinging for the fence and saying we want to keep thinking and dunking, especially when you have Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson, Pat Freiermuth. Chase Claypool, I've never seen a wide receiver 1/2 fall off so much, but it's because
Tua fits in that scheme perfectly.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Najee is a downhill runner.
He does.
You're going to give him an RPO? No.
Because
sorry.
they're already used to a quarterback. They're already used to a quarterback that can't throw it past 10 yards anyways. They got the players that are ready for it. I mean, Claypool can take the ball.
Too many shots are being fired right now. I can't keep up.
Is that what you mean, John? Is that what you meant? Oh my God! Damn.
Put that cowboy hat on. He's got a 6-shooter.
But my thing is like this.
My bad, John.
But Ian, we have to realize that in the order of guys that are going to be thrown out there. To me, it's not ironic that Baker, coming off an injury, is literally saying,
"High five, Mike. High five."
That is funny. That is funny, bro. That is funny. Oh,
I'm sorry, Vincenzo. I didn't mean to. I was listening
I
to
mean,
you. I really
dude,
like
he
listening to you.
blasted up the whole
Yeah, sorry to
room.
cut you off.
I can't. I broke character. I'm breaking down over here.
I
that
really like
is
listening to you.
funny.
I was
Oh
waiting for
my
everybody
God.
else
Came
to
in
be
with
I
his,
quiet so
with
thought
you
his
could talk.
I
revolver
thought
and shot
John
the
was
joint up.
serious. I thought John was serious. I was gonna say, bro, how? Please explain to me how,
I
bro.
think
But
I'm
damn.
just glad
I,
Mike caught that, bro. I'm
Oh
so
my
glad. I was
God,
I
like,
that
mean,
is
please,
brother,
funny.
dude,
somebody
he
get
came
Mike
in
Dillon.
here. He kicked it through.
I just think that we
I got that cowboy hat on and
I'm sorry
everything.
for saying. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Fitzgerald. Go
Fitzgerald,
ahead.
sorry about that.
no, I
Have
was
y'all?
saying I was saying in a world where QBs are just being moved, to me, it's not surprising that Baker's basically saying trade or pay me. I think that's the leverage he's trying to use. He's going
Yeah,
to say,
big
okay,
market.
who are you going to go out and get? Because if you're going to have to go out and get somebody, you're going to have to pay them. But then I may end up potentially in a better situation. I don't know what you can get better than a 2 running back, RB1 situation. But I mean, Baker's been, plagued by injuries too. And I think we also have to understand that in the lineage of like the food chain of QBs that are coming out, this was the absolute worst time for Tua to have to hit
It
it.
was.
Yep.
Yep.
It was
Yep.
it
I
was a
He's
agree.
perfect
getting
storm of
another bad
suck,
shake.
I
man.
agree.
He's
It
getting
was a
another
perfect
bad
storm of
shake.
suck.
Right. And it's horrible that he keeps getting all these bad shakes, but I mean, it's the nature of
I
the
mean,
business.
Insanity, I mean, listen, I'm definitely not a two in the ear. I'm really a diehard Dolphin, so I'm trying to find any scenario where I can get his value up enough to get me Deshaun, or Aaron Rodgers or whatever I gotta get, because I don't see a scenario where this team doesn't move off from him. They've made it very apparent that they're trying. I do like a narrative I've heard recently where, and I've that they're arrogant enough to keep Tua and get Deshaun. That would be
Nah,
wild, right?
to his daddy.
Oh
To his
no.
daddy is not going to let
Oh
that
Well,
happen.
no.
listen, think about it like this. If you kept Tua and just brought him in circumstances where the team is firing him
Did you
so well that you could
did,
prop his value back up and
did you
get something for him,
did you
that's what I'm
did
talking
you
about.
did you see the fire in his eyes at the press conference when they asked
Yeah.
him about the
I
Yep.
trade
did.
rumors,
I
bro?
did.
Yep.
I did. But
Really?
I'm just
Yep.
saying,
I do.
that
Oh wow.
I
No,
got a
I don't
question
think
for
that's a
everybody.
possibility.
I got a question for
No,
everybody. I got a question
go
for
ahead.
everybody. Hang on, real quick. Do you think Deshaun Watson would go as far if Houston doesn't bend? Do you think Deshaun Watson would go as far to retire for a year and sit out again and then come back and go to any team he wants? Or would
No,
he still only be
No.
27, 28?
No,
not at
He'll
all.
sit on
No, I don't
he'd
think
rather sit
so.
on the bench and collect
I
his
think the
money.
next move in the Deshaun Watson saga for Deshaun is to probably get out in front of some cameras and try to get in the light. I don't know if he's willing to take those shots, but if he's serious about what he's said about blackmail and stuff like that, but I don't think it's going to come down to that, man. The NFL doesn't want this. You know what I'm saying?
The FBI got involved because of it. Actually, the FBI was
Yeah.
involved because of the blackmail
The
situation.
blackmail really
I
made
love
things
the
different.
media. They're like the FBI is involved. Yeah, but they're on Deshaun's side. They're not on.
Yeah.
I know, right? I know, right?
I know.
That's crazy.
That's my
But
point.
yeah,
I could see him stepping out
Crazy.
and really getting out in front of it in a public kind of way potentially, but I don't think the NFL wants that, and I think they're going to work it out, man,
Well, that's
because
all
this
he's
is not
wanted
going to
this
be
whole
good.
time. The reason he won't settle is he wants to share his side. I meant to say this earlier. Going
The
all the way
30
back to
for 30
Clemson.
will be out one day.
Yeah, but going all the way back to Clemson, like if Deshaun Watson is found guilty, then the narrative changes. But at this
big
point,
time.
and I know we're in
You know what though?
we're in a media speaking business. I get all that, and I got 3 daughters. So from the personal feelings aside, the product on the field, Deshaun Watson is
Hey,
still, to me, he's so good, and he
listen.
was such a good dude back in the day. If this is just allegations, then I'm all for bringing him to the Miami Dolphins.
But look,
big time.
but listen, this is what people are not taking into account. Even if he is indicted and convicted, he's only being, and I say only, he's only being accused of indecent assault, bro.
Yeah,
That's a misdemeanor. That's
Yeah, but
not a felony.
But what
It's
does
not
that mean?
rape.
What does that
It's
misdemeanor
not
mean
rape.
for Goodell? What does that misdemeanor mean in
Well,
terms of game?
I'm
I
sure.
mean, it's like a
I'm
4-game
sure.
suspension.
Well, you
Yeah,
know,
That's fine.
Because
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I'll
EM,
take that.
isn't that
and
what
the
Ezekiel
misdemeanor.
Elliott did?
Yeah,
When he
I
like
mean, yeah, no, you're right, Finsanity.
but at the end of the day,
Listen, it's the damning thing could come. I know it is a misdemeanor, and we did talk that and go over that on TD's show, and I remember that. And I was, it being a misdemeanor is a hell of a lot of thing, and it's an easier sell to a fan base when it's put in those terms. The damning stuff could be is if it goes civil and it becomes public and it becomes graphic, and even if it's just a misdemeanor, that don't matter, bro. That's imaging, and
But you know what?
that's a whole
But you know
new
what?
kind of hate. But
you know what?
Go ahead.
Ben Roethlisberger was accused of for a lot
Hey,
worse,
I
more
know that.
egregious
I know
situation
that.
is.
I know
How,
that.
They were
and
like
it came
broadcasting his
public, and it was
farewell.
very graphic
Yup.
as well.
But my
How did that
point is,
work out?
but
He weathered that storm.
Roethlisberger, I'm measuring it like this. Ben Roethlisberger wasn't a quarterback trying to get away from a team. Do not forget, guys, this is a guy that has no friends. He's not owned by any team. He is out there on a ledge right now. The team that owns him is after his image, and that's what's happening. So you got to
Did you
think
say he don't have no
Well, that
friends?
defends his
you don't
friend.
have no friends.
I'm
What I
going to
mean,
Houston right now, bro.
I'm just
I'm
saying.
going to Houston right now. I'm gonna go
I'm
get him
talking
hard,
about
bro. Tell him I'm on your side.
I'm
Chris,
talking about
no,
the
no, no, no.
politics here, brother.
Chris, no. He's got the what 11th richest person in the entire world is a friend in Stephen Ross.
I
So
agree,
no,
but that's not
he's
confirmed,
got
and they
friends,
don't
my
own
friend.
him yet.
He don't.
Not that he's
He's
not
got
gonna help.
friends.
As long
I
as
agree
money
with
is
you.
green,
Chris.
he's got a lot of friends.
Chris,
Go ahead.
you had the Philadelphia Eagles sitting down their own team to help ratify the situation. This is a business. If you think Deshaun Watson is not going to be in this business for the next 10
Oh
years,
no, Finsanity. I agree.
that's
He's going to be in
crazy.
this business. That's why I say the damning. Listen, if this civil case comes and goes, it's a wrap, guys.
It's all
a wrap.
about the grand
It
jury.
It's the
literally
civil
went
case.
from-
It's
And-
not
and-
it's not the charges. It's the civil case. If that comes and goes and that
Chris-
doesn't happen, it's a wrap because this business wants Deshaun Watson.
Chris, think about this. Busby was very adamant. We are not settling. Trade deadline comes around. 18. He had to talk to these women. We need you to settle. And 4 of them was just being stubborn. One didn't want
3,
NDAs
yeah.
because they're worried
Yep.
about their lifetime movie deal and their book deal and their GMA interview.
That's right.
And then the other 2, I don't know what's going on. They wanted more money. So my thing is like this.
The media has inflated the charges.
They will,
They've skewed it in a way, and I'm not going to
The
feed into the
NFL
narrative because I agree with you, Finsanity. I think, and I said this earlier. This is Houston, and Houston is doing it, and they're in control of it because it's their police department that has the charges on them. It's their player that wants out of their organization, and although Ross might be a friend, the NFL doesn't want this, guys. They don't want owners fighting over their toys. All right. And that's what's happening. And honestly, with that no trade clause and the situation, and because it became publicly damning and the public sway, not friggin' 2 months before all this hit the airwaves, was how there was potential racism in there, how they treated people. You saw how ugly it got in the public eye.
How coincidental.
Houston and
How
stuff.
coincidental.
And that's I'm just saying,
right?
listen, this is, you guys got to understand, and this is the perspective I'm trying to always keep, because like I said, it's business for me. These guys, these are their toys. These are gajillionaires' toys. The owner of Houston passed. His son came in. The vultures came to get it. And Miami took their pound of flesh. And this ain't the first time something like this happened. As a matter of fact, when Stephen Ross got on this team, it happened to us. Big Tuna came in, changed the stuff. And granted, Ross kind of created that by, shopping behind someone's back, which Ross has been known to do. He was trying to get Harbaugh behind our coach's back then. Anyhow, my point is that these are gajillionaires' toys. And when one of your toys says, I'm not playing with you no more, they don't like that. And that starts looking like the NBA. And billionaires who've got billions tied up into this don't want to be owned
The
by
NBA.
their toys.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah,
can't,
I
the
agree.
NFL don't want that either. Because think about what I'm saying here. We're talking about a team of 58 subcontractors, 55 subcontractors, 52 depending on practice squad, that are vying for full-time positions. And once you get to that point in a product perspective, now this product turns on you and says, I want this. There's a lot of friggin' moving parts here. But granted, special athletes like, Patrick Mahomes, that's why he
Tom
got
Brady,
he
Aaron
got a
Rodgers.
10-year,
Those are only two.
$100 bajillion contract. Tom Brady, these types of things. We're watching the landscape of the NFL change as we know it, while the NFL is literally trying to expand into an overseas entity and get legit with betting.
And
There is moving parts here that are about bigger things than any of us as Dolphin fans have perspectives on. And guess what, guys? We're going to talk all about crazy nonsense just like this on the Fins Tailgate. So keep coming around and talking this, because I'm telling you, it's for real on the perspective I have on this business, the NFL, for our Dolphins represented it by our owner in this business. And I see a guy that does what needs to be done, but I'm ready to hold him accountable because the Patriots owner got caught in Florida doing what we know he did, just like Deshaun. No one says a damn word about it.
Yep.
Caught by a police department with a sting. It's a guarantee. No one said shit about it. So remember what we're dealing with here, people. Toys and they're owners of the toys. And we're fans.
Stephen Ross has two plans. Don't die and go get Deshaun Watson this offseason.
Yeah. Well, and that's true. But on Chris's point, Tom Brady was the first one to he chose his team basically because he was hitting the game. But in the NBA, a player comes out and does what Deshaun Watson is doing. They usually get their wish, but in the NFL, they retire. Calvin Johnson, Barry Sanders. I mean, you can go. There's down a list of people that have decided, okay, well, this team's not going to let me go. Well, then I'm done playing, whether it's for health reasons or not. We all agree they had more time left on their career, and so in the NFL, they don't want guys forcing their way.
Think about
to
it like
another
this,
team.
Mike. Just to give you a quick thing, think about it like this, guys. If NFL is about to go international, you're talking about Dubai, okay? And Dubai wants a football team, and they're going to work it out, and they're going to be connected to the NFL in this way. The owner of the Dubai team is not going to be okay with his athletes ruling his team that he's going to sink $1 gajillion to get into the NFL with. They can't have this image of players doing what Brady did unless you're Brady, the golden boy. And I'm just saying, Rodgers – that's why players like Rodgers, Brady, and Deshaun are flexing this muscle. The pressure's on the NFL. They're going legit with gambling, guys. They're going legit with becoming more international and presenting a product to Europe and, God willing, Asia and everywhere. And hopefully we'll have the world champions. No more Super Bowl, world champions. You're not even allowed to say Super Bowl in most markets and shit like that. So I'm telling you, there's a shift coming in the entire landscape of what we know as football. It's going to be fun as hell. But try to see the forest through the trees here. And remember, we're dealing with business. And I know we have love for our Dolphins, and we want this business to boom. We need a guy like Deshaun to make that happen.
Well, I'll tell you what, Chris, is going to suck another year not being in the playoffs and watching other teams run out there on Super Bowl Sunday, bro. This shit's getting old, bro.
It does suck, brother.
I mean, it really does, bro. They need to trade Tua ASAP.
Messing around with Tua Tagovailoa for 2 years have cost us
set this team back.
You goddamn right it did,
back, bro. It set this
goddamn
team back,
right it did.
Picking a quarterback that came injured. And it was a reach in some ways, but he fell to us, man. We bought into the entire narrative of tank for Tua. I know I did. I was like, hell yeah. And then when he fell to us, we didn't have to move up. We were all happy. But behind closed doors, guys, they offered the farm for Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Do you quietly think that Seattle might be a suitor for Tua?
Yes.
Because think about it.
Yes.
Tua was tied to New Orleans, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, we're going to New Orleans." But then Russ says, "Nah. Let me get New Orleans real quick." So I wonder because of the buy or the very far off.
Yeah.
Remember I told you that same thing, Ian?
What about
Seattle's intriguing?
And that could be why he's going up to the cold and the rain. Because I mean, what does it do up there?
Hey, their fans travel a hell of a lot closer
Very
to
good
Seattle
point.
than where he is. Yeah.
Very good point.
But I feel like that's a horrible place for him to go, especially in that division. Oh my God. You want to talk about somebody that might just get
but
eaten
you
up
know
and
what?
chewed out?
You could sell that fan base on that Arizona tape from Tua. Be like, see, he could beat Arizona. He just needs to play in your division. He just needs to play in your division. He'd get 2 wins every year in Arizona.
But here's the thing, Seattle.
Bro, I'm telling you, you gotta think like this.
No.
Damn,
Seattle does
man,
not have
crazy,
Seattle
but
doesn't
I
have
ain't
a
that
defense.
crazy.
That is funny. That is funny.
Seattle does not. There is no defense in Seattle right now. That's why I'm saying he can get chewed up real quick in Seattle, and especially you don't know what they're going to do as far as the.
That's not what I heard. I heard in Seattle in rain and wind that Tua plays his best. So Seattle Seahawks, if you are shopping for Tua Tagovailoa, come on down to the Finn's tailgate. I'll tell you how good Tua is. He's a great quarterback. Great quarterback, guys. Great. He's the first, second, and third.
That's what Chris money throwing paint to a white
I know
wall.
how to play this game.
Who does?
But I think
the Vikings? Go ahead. Sorry, I'm sorry.
The Seacocks.
I think Seattle's an intriguing option for Tua.
I think he'd look good in that
'cause I-
uniform. Those yellow would look great on him, man.
I think
Green.
the Lions are.
That lime green, yellow green.
I think Tua should go to the Lions.
Hey guys.
What's up, Tony?
Yeah,
Good, Tony.
I was wondering, do you guys think the NFL to help to streamline what's happening in college football, that they're basically going to have their own free agency with a transfer portal? Do you think the NFL gets involved and maybe?
Listen, I think the NCAA for the first time ever is actually doing things right. These boys are products, guys, and kind of what I said about. And thanks, Tony, for kind of making that connection. It's kind of what I'm talking about. How we got to look at the NFL, because we look at the team and then players on the team. Not too many of us are looking at the players themselves for what they really are. These kids in high school, there's 14-year-old kids that are making millions in this world, guys, that got some dumbass TikTok account and he's a pro athlete racing people at basketball courts or some shit. It happens all the time. And these kids go and they're these new entity type of young kids that are coming into this business have a brand. They're already making money. You can't say, hey, make money with me and I'll pay you big bucks. They're like, no. I make big bucks. What are you offering me now? Jake Pauls of the world. I'm just saying, this is a new landscape. It's getting dicey out there with some of these young athletes. So in the NCAA, they are doing it right. These boys are going to play as a product on your team. There should be some incentive. They blow their leg out and they don't ever get to play again. They did it for you, and at least they have something to be on a hill about. You know what I'm saying? These are kids that we want to protect coming in, and in some form or another, this pays a due that we've seen other athletes in college not get. And it's heartbreaking to think that, they're hanging around somewhere, not making profit on the business that is them, a subcontracted entity. So
I'll bring up a name for EM, and he might know who these two brothers are, the O'Bannon brothers. Thank them for this.
Hey, real quick, I just want to say what up, Dog Z. Thanks for coming back in, man. Glad you survived the Cowboy game. I saw you earlier, Bubba. I appreciate you being here again.
Chris.
Yeah.
Chris.
Yes,
let's call a spade what it really is. They just made boosting legal. That's all they did.
That's all.
That's all. They were like, if it's going to happen, at least let's legalize it. Yep. That's all this is.
It's a good way. It's a good way to level the playing field, though. If you think about it,
don't act like athletes have not been getting paid to play.
Oh no, that's been happening forever. Everybody knows that. They just hang someone out to dry.
I guess it gives like the random Joe Schmo, like he can get the local.
That's what I'm talking about.
Family
That's what I mean.
deal.
That's what I mean with insanity. I'm talking about the walk-on safety that won the bowl game. That might be his moment, and he's probably got something to offer too. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I don't know.
That's a good thing.
I don't know
this
if y'all
is America.
can.
It's a business. We should all be able to be who we are and profit from who we are.
Yeah, but
Hey, Chris, I don't know if you can put stuff on the screen, but bro, you need to check out TD's Twitter.
All right, let me see if
I'll go get it. I'll go get it, Chris.
You can get it.
Yeah, I got you,
Chris. But you can. I'm not sure if you're old enough. If you remember the whole NCAA lawsuit with Ed O'Bannon, the O'Bannon brothers. Thank them for the NIL
Brother, I gotta be honest, Tony. My NCAA, my college football knowledge is limited, brother. That's why I got Mike on the mic and I got other people. I know the
Mike, do you know what I'm talking about? Mike, do you know what I'm talking about?
To be honest, dog, I am not the college guy. I'm a diehard Dolphins NFL through and through. I've been following that so deep that I can't even fit more up in this brain with the shit I got going on up here, dog. So that's why I got other people that I trust.
So Mike, do you know who I'm talking about? Do you know who the O'Bannon brothers are?
Man, I've heard about him. My dad mentioned to him, but that's all I can say. I don't know too much about him, but I have heard about him.
Yeah, they're the guys who sued the NCAA They were the guys who sued the NCAA. Remember when they used to have the NCAA basketball games in the early 2000s on PlayStation?
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, I do remember now. Yeah, because the NCAA basketball, the NCAA baseball, everything dropped out of after that.
Yeah, thank them for the NIL deals. Now these kids can get actually paid for their likeness if they had these video games.
Yeah.
Some of these athletes coming in from college, I'd like to give everybody an opportunity to have their thing, and I think that the NCAA should do that for some of these athletes.
Hey, here's
because
TD's Twitter.
if
That's what
if
you're
they've
talking
got
about.
something to contribute and people are willing to pay them for it, man, more power to you, brother. That's how it works, man. You know, a lot of these guys have something going too, especially that's what I was saying earlier, Finsanity, and you were kind of talking about it. You know, like some kids that are gonna sign up for college, some, you know, LeBron's kid's probably making money in some way. I'm just saying that this is another tool
He's
to
part of
level the
FaZe Clan.
playing field. It's another tool to level
Yeah,
the
and
playing field.
not everybody in college who plays college athletics. 90% of these kids that play college athletics don't make it to the pros. They end up doing other jobs and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, man. I
Only
mean, listen, if you
5%,
were
only
if you were
5% make it
playing
to
on
the
the
pros.
Miami Hurricanes and you got some win, and then you know, you parlayed that into some sort of an image, and then you, I don't know, you take that money, reinvest it, and you get a car dealership, and you name it Hurricanes Car Dealership, and now you cooking on it as an ex-Cane owning a car dealership. Ain't nothing like that. That's American capitalism right there, brother. I love some good stuff like that. Moving back more towards, we'll get, listen, Tony, come back to the other episodes, man, because my boys are going to do a whole draft deal. I got guys that are literally, they live, eat, breathe, you know, college football and stuff like that. So don't worry, man. There'll be plenty of
Yeah,
NCAA talk.
no,
But
I want to talk about the Dolphins too. Honestly, for me, I kind of hope with this coaching staff. I think the reason why Flores couldn't get a veteran, a guy like the guy who ended up coaching in Detroit. What's the guy's name? The Callahan, Bill Callahan, the guy who ended up being the head assistant coach for one of these Super Bowl winning teams. It's because Flores didn't want to have another alpha male on the staff. That's what scares me.
so I don't know. I mean, listen, I do kind of have, there is some merit to what Tony's saying about, you know, Flo. Not necessarily, I don't know if I would call it alpha male because, yeah, there isn't veterans to challenge him. He is a younger coach. I think there is some merit to make some correlations with the fact that there is questionable coaching hires on this team. But I got to be honest, Tony, as far as from my perspective, I think they just overshot. They overtook their shot, man. They really went, said, hey, you know what? We're going to go young and try new things in every way. It was kind of what was going to be necessary when you tank a season and sell off talent and liquidate your assets like that. You almost got to, like, again, I'm going to say it back
TD
to
is
the
a
business
fool.
thing. When you liquidate your company, you gotta go ahead and figure out a way to.
What did TD do now?
TD,
What did TD do
TD is
now?
a fool, bro.
What
Oh
he
my
did.
god, bro.
He
What he did.
posted
Mike, Mike, what you got? Go ahead and pull it up, Mike.
Yeah, it's right here. He posted the
right,
Tua took him below 30% off.
He said it has begun.
It has begun. It's done. It's
Oh
done. It's
man,
perfect. It's
bro.
ready
Hey,
to
look
go.
at that! Look at that interview. The one below that.
Hey, I can play the sound if y'all want to hear. If y'all want to hear it.
Go ahead.
Open it up.
Okay, hang on.
Sound ain't coming through, Mike.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, I gotta connect. Hang on.
That motherfucker was mad as hell, bro. He was. I ain't never seen Tua with that.
Look at him, bro.
Look like that.
I wish he would have looked like that with the ball in his hand.
I know,
right?
When
Yeah,
he
he
was throwing
looked
them
pissed,
damn
man.
interceptions.
He looks like he wants to do something. He should have did something during the damn game. I wouldn't be so pissed off talking smack about him. I was ready to sing his praises.
I mean, in fairness, they should not be asking him about a trade going into week 18.
Whatever,
like,
bro. That don't. I like that, man.
And the tweet before that one was Burrow's numbers. Oh my gosh, bro, he obliterated Tua on the comparison. It's not even close. Not even close, bro.
And it's funny during the draft, Chris. The year that we were going back and forth between who we wanted to draft at the quarterback, I was saying, listen to what Dan Marino was saying about Justin Herbert.
There's no denying that, but I mean, Dan's kind of come out a little wishy-washy as well, Tony, as far as, you know, his, I don't know. There is speculation.
You can't trust what Dan's saying sometimes, is what you're saying.
No, I'm saying Dan's a good company man, is what I'm saying, and Dan wants this team to win a effing Super Bowl. So I think he put his favor on Tua quick and did it the right way. I would imagine that when he looked at Justin Herbert's arm, he made the same assessment all of us did, that guy's pretty damn good with that arm. But I gotta be honest, guys. I'm gonna be watching Justin Herbert very closely here because I don't know if he's the kind of guy that I anticipated Tua to be. Where when the lights are bright, is he gonna make something happen, or is he gonna falter? Because I did see him falter quite a few times in Oregon, and I haven't seen him shine bright when it matters yet. But that's why I'm gonna be watching. They're gonna be there. So
I don't know about that, bro. He's played in a lot of big games.
I know that, man. But I'm talking about
opportunity is Sunday.
I know. I'm just saying. Yeah, like. I'm going to be watching very closely in the playoffs if that moment comes. I don't know. It's just something, I don't know. I seen Dan do it so much that you just knew. Dan was like, fuck you, Jimmy. I'm taking this damn game over.
I'll tell you what, Chris. I think the guy that's calm, cool, and collected in my book that I have my faith in that actually will be able to do that on a big stage, that would be Joe Burrow, bro.
I agree. I agree.
I don't know.
I've
enjoyed
Joe Burrow.
I've enjoyed watching him,
bro. That arrogance, man. I liked that. I wish we would have got him.
We tried.
We did try.
We tried.
Yeah. Quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
Who do you have in the Chargers Raiders game? I'm taking the Chargers.
I'm taking Austin Eckler all day, man.
I'm taking Austin Eckler. Like, forget everything else. I'm taking Eckler to have a big game. I think he's going to show up.
Yeah, I think the Chargers are going to win. I think they're overall the better team.
I think they're catching heat too, man.
You guys don't trust Derek Carr?
No, I just think the Chargers just are a better team, bro. You know, and I like Derek Carr. I'm a Derek Carr fan, but
that's right, Cully.
It's a better team.
And don't forget, man, they lost their freaking head coach. You know
lost
what I mean?
everything, bro. That team has
man.
I mean, they're catching a second.
You talking about snake bit? You talking about snake bit?
Oh my god, bro! I ain't never seen nothing like that.
Apparently, John Harbaugh, the guy who coaches at Michigan, might leave to coach the Raiders.
Yeah, I could see that. That looks like a good hire if the Raiders get him.
He kind of looks like the dude on the logo if you think about it, bro.
I'm saying, bro, like he looks like a guy that would be a head coach for the Raiders. That's what we said about John Gruden, and damn, that kind of went sideways on everybody. Holy cow!
No, John Gruden was the coach. Wasn't Gruden the coach?
I know, right?
Wasn't Gruden the coach of the Raiders when they had that fumble with the Patriots in the AFC Championship?
He was.
Tech rule.
He was.
Yeah, he got robbed.
Man, I think next year I'm gonna to actually see the Dolphins live, bro. Like living in Texas, bro. I looked at the schedule. They don't have anything near Texas. I might actually have to fly to Miami to go see the Dolphins next year, bro.
Yeah,
I know, right?
I think the closest game is Vegas, bro, and in my opinion, that I would want to go to. But that's going to be expensive, bro. I think I'd rather just fly to Miami, man.
I was praying that they would play the Cowboys in Texas this year.
Hey, last time I saw
Me too, bro.
That butt. Yeah, Josh Rosen.
Are you going to go to that? Are you going to try to go to that game, Mike?
If they play in Dallas, I'll be there. But if Estefan and EM, y'all want to go from Texas to Florida, I'll work it out. I'll make it happen.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, man.
We'll go to Florida.
Oh, that's what's up.
We'll get something worked out, man.
We don't play the Cowboys next year.
Yeah.
They play the Texans, but in Miami.
I hope we do.
Yeah.
I hope we do.
No, we want Dallas again because I mean the stadium is cool. It's a Death Star, but it's whatever. Jerry Jones does whatever the hell he wants anyway. So.
Mm-hmm.
How do we play the Texans next year? We don't play the Texans next year.
Yeah, I saw them on the schedule. We're playing them at home.
Dogsy says he's
trying
gonna
to
be
think.
sick
We play the North next year, and then we play like the Texans are going to end up fourth.
Maybe we'll play
Tua.
Jets. Maybe we'll play Tua when he's on
We're
Seattle.
not playing the Texans. We're going to play whoever's third in the South.
I don't know. I saw them on the schedule.
Well, you know what they might be, because Jacksonville is worse than the Texans, right? So yeah, you might be right. Yeah, now that I think about
And
it,
then I
Jacksonville.
think because of records, we're going to either play the Chargers or Vegas, whoever the third place team is from the AFC West.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying I think it's going to be Vegas. I don't know, man.
It'll probably be Vegas.
Wow.
It should be, because I feel like the NFL will want the Chargers in before they would want the Raiders in. I'm not saying there's a conspiracy, but behind every big business, there's a conspiracy.
I agree 100%.
All right, well, let's I'm gonna wrap it up here in a second, because I'm gonna go ahead and get to the bank before I can deposit this. But all right, so teams moving on scenario. Teams moving on from Tua. His capital isn't, the price in which the team has to pay is not in question in this scenario. But if you could have for the next 5 years one of these three quarterbacks, which is it? Is it Deshaun? Is it Rodgers? Is it Wilson?
Deshaun.
Why?
It's Deshaun. His age, his ability to play with not everything great around him. He's been on a team with a shitty offensive line. He still makes highlight plays, and he throws that ball 40, 50 yards down the field. I still think he has good character. If I'm proven wrong, I'm proven wrong. But on the talent ability, or on the field ability right now, it's Deshaun Watson, because I think he has the longest career left out of the quarterbacks you've mentioned.
All right. Yeah. And what do you think, bud?
For me, obviously, it's Deshaun, for a lot of the reasons that Mike just highlighted. I just think his play on the field, in addition to his age, is too enticing compared to, Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers. Now, if we're going to keep it football, just primarily, on football, Aaron Rodgers will be the target, because he's the best.
Yeah.
He's clearly head and shoulders above, not head and shoulders, but he's clearly the best quarterback in the NFL.
I mean, day one walk in and situationally, for me, it would be Aaron. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Well, I said it's Dan Marino's arm and Aaron Rodgers' arm. They're 1 and 1A. That's Aaron Rodgers has that.
But Aaron Rodgers got something special. He got that twinkle toe feet too.
But with Sean being 26 years old, bro, we can have him for the next 10 years.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, yeah, but the only pushback I give is circumstantially. The only pushback I get is circumstantially because of the situation Deshaun's in and the asking price. And I kind of look at when I make this assessment for Rodgers, I buy Rodgers and Adams. And I said it's for 5 years, no matter how we slice this.
I gave you that article.
The question was for 5 years. So we're assuming Rodgers is going to play for 5 years and I in my head I put Adams on that, because I would imagine if Rodgers moves, Adams is going with him.
Realistically, you think Rodgers? I mean, really, you think he's gonna play 5 more years?
I know, but that's the measure I put on the question.
I never thought Brady would.
But I think if Rodgers, I think without a doubt, if Rodgers even did it for 3 years, and within that 3 years with Adams on the new team, he's winning a damn championship, bro. He's winning. And that's how desperate we've become as a fan base, that I'll take a quick fix for 3 years with Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams with this defensive coach, and run me to the Super Bowl. Give me a Tampa Bay situation.
You know what? Denver did it when they
That's exactly right. That's my point.
You know what I mean? Denver did it.
Yes. Give me a Super Bowl to hang on. I've got a tattoo spot picked out for a Dolphins tattoo. I'm 36 now, bro. I've got tattoos. I just want this Dolphin. I've been waiting for a championship. I thought for sure it happened by now, bro.
You can put 2 Lombardis on you right now, bro. For the
no, I can't. I wanted to listen, bro. Against all desire, I wanted to put the new logo on me, because if that, and I don't like the new logo over the old one, as you can see. Most of the old one is in my life, but I was going to do it because it was be a Lombardi with the new trophy, and I've been friggin' waiting, and now I don't know what to do. I'm still waiting. So I need that tattoo.
Don't do it, man. That new logo is horrible, bro.
I need something. To hang my hat on.
It looks like a damn bowling.
I would do it if they had a Lombardi. I would do it if they had a Lombardi, is my point, bro. That's my point. I would say I don't give a damn. Ugly ass logo and all I'll put on there with the thing. I don't think it's that ugly. They've actually made some good adjustments, and I
actually like EM's thumbnail, bro. That's my favorite logo. That's like
that's my favorite
early,
logo, bro. I mean,
late 70s, early 80s.
It's
the
on
best
everything
logo.
of mine.
That's the
logo
best logo in
It
the
is the
history
best
of
logo.
sports.
I'm just
Best
saying
logo in
to
the history of
celebrate a
sports.
I get that.
championship.
I was actually thinking about getting that tattoo today, bro. I was thinking about getting that thumbnail that EM got. I would get that one, bro. But
Hey, Insanity, who
that's
you
me.
want?
You know, I was gonna say. I think the
You know what that
obvious
is?
answer would
You know what
you're,
you know what that is? You
What
know
is
what that you know what where I found out? My sister-in-law a couple of years back, she made me some coasters. She literally handmade them herself, some coasters. And she
Nice.
found that that logo, a picture online, and she cut it out or whatnot, and she had pasted it on these coasters that she made for me a couple years back. So I was like,
Nice.
I was looking at it one day. I was like, damn, you know what? I'm gonna take a picture. Let me see how it looks. So I took a picture. And I was like, damn, that looks fire, bro. I need to make that as my.
It looks almost like
as my
it's something
thumbnail.
made out of wood or something like that.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I'm
That's
saying?
that's what the
It looks
coaster
all
is made out of.
weathered and stuff. It looks like
That's
what we
exactly
like
what
our
it's made
golf.
out of.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It is made out of wood.
Yeah, it is.
Oh man, it's fire. Damn,
Hey,
you should make
Finsanity,
those
what
and
quarterback
sell
you
'em.
want? Finsanity, what quarterback you want?
Let's just say if it's not, it better be either Rodgers or Deshaun, because I feel like you put so much into Deshaun, and if you let another team sweep in and get him,
Ooh.
Jesus,
Oh man, dude.
and then
Yeah,
and all the stuff you went through and the turmoil
I
and the
ain't gonna lie.
chaos
If that happens, I'll probably cry, and I'll probably get rid of all my Dolphin shit and become a Bengals fan. For real, bro.
Bro, I've dealt with heartbreak so long, I can't go nowhere now.
Yeah, I mentioned
Hey, look, no, the obvious answer is Deshaun, but I'll take anybody other than Tua, bro. I'll take Gardner Minshew, bro. I don't want to revisit Tua, bro.
Listen,
Hell no, bro.
I forget who said,
That
wasn't
motherfucker
it?
puts me to sleep. He's so
Joe Flacco?
fucking boring, bro. I'm sorry, I don't know
Shots
if we can
fired
cuss or not,
again.
bro.
Shots
Bro,
fired again.
man.
Tua catching
I
all
mean,
kinds of
damn, bro.
hitters. That's terrible, bro. Listen, I threw a couple of shots at Tua. I can't remember which show it was on, but they said something about making Gardner Minshew the backup quarterback, and I said they can't do that because then he'll challenge him for the starting job, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they got rid of Fitz because of that. You can't bring in Gardner Minshew.
Chris,
That guy
bro, I
sells
really
tickets,
would.
bro.
I like Gardner Minshew. I would love him as a backup quarterback in Miami, bro.
Hell yeah.
Because
awesome novelty act.
I'm saying, because if you think about it, okay, let's just say worst case scenario, Deshaun has to miss a couple of games, bro. I would love for that kid to be our
John
quarterback,
says
bro.
this man said he wants the mustache over the noodle.
So, and let me tell you real quick about Gardner Minshew. Let me tell you when I fell in love with Gardner Minshew. It was his collegiate. It was one of his last collegiate games, and I watched him throw 7 touchdown passes, 5 in the first half. And what I saw was a guy that can manipulate the pocket. He manipulated the defenses. He's got the ability to run an NFL offense. He's kind of like Tony Romo in the aspect that he's going to throw the ball and he's going to make a mistake. But for sure, I'd take Gardner Minshew over Tua because Tua's just boring. Tua's boring to watch. Gardner Minshew's going to give you. I mean,
Shots
he's
are
bringing
fired
the
again.
mustache, he's bringing the
Mike
hair,
on the
he's
mic
bringing
pulls out the 6-shooter again, bro. Put the product in
I
Miami.
gotta share something with y'all, bro. Hey, since you're just starting off, Chris, y'all don't tell nobody, bro, because there's not a lot of people listening. But bro, I have fallen asleep watching our games with Tua at quarterback, bro. And it literally happened when he was at quarterback, bro. Don't tell nobody, man.
I'm not telling nobody, dog. These are the early episodes. We got only a little bit over 100 subscribers.
Hey, those are real shots fired right there for Insanity, bro. That's uncalled for.
You're just old.
What'd you say, Finsanity?
Damn.
I just said he was old. I mean, if you're not watching this, see, I love defense, so
I love defense. I'm watching the
so
defense, honestly.
I wouldn't see them, but Esteban's just old. Like he really hides his age from the world.
Hey, put that comment
But the
up
world
there.
is hiding
Put that
from
comment
his
up there.
Hold on, I didn't see that. Hold on.
I fall asleep when he's under center, all right? Difference.
John, that one too. But John, my the people didn't tell me to breathe my whole life. This is me breathing while I'm talking. I can't explain how I do it. People that give me Adderall, it kind of calms me down a little bit, but it doesn't really help. It just makes me focus and talk more important about what I'm doing.
As you can see, my boy is not medicated, but that's all right. That's what he is. That's why we accept him, man. He's a good boy.
Yeah,
He's the
never been
best. Make
diagnosed.
sure to check out Mike on Drop the Mic. They got an episode out yesterday with Tonk 7. They had a really long, good bit about mental health with the AB situation.
I wouldn't say a
like
bit. It
that.
was a hell of a conversation.
It was
Yeah,
a hell of
was
a conversation. It
yeah.
was some real talk on some real stuff because, there is some questions about AB and his mental health. And, that's why, listen, guys, we're all in good fun. As you see, we take shots around here, and that's fun. That's in good fun, too. We're
At
allowed
the
to
end of the day, we
poke
love
it.
each other.
That's it, man. We want to bring back to the center, make sure everyone's being right. If you need help, reach out to me and my boys. We're happy to help, man. That's what this is about. That's why we make these roundtables. That's why I keep doing this. That's why I started doing this. That's why I wanted to do this. I found Mike, helped Mike get his thing kicking on here. I've got other friends. We got a whole idea with bits. Man, wait till you guys see the shit I'm gonna have. Bro, you guys have no idea the kind of shit I'm gonna put together for entertainment on YouTube. I got real, we're gonna roll to clips and bits. We do betting around here. I got a whole betting segment. So if you guys are trying to learn about betting, my guys will educate you on the slang, how it works, because live betting is really the next level for the organization and the NFL brand. And I'm telling you, this next level is coming. It's going to be fun to watch, and it's going to be confusing because I'm telling you guys, this analytics and this stuff is measuring tools that we're going to understand where our money's being put in this organization, where us as fans can be educated in a way where that, hey, I'm sorry, Tua ain't working out. And Deshaun Watson can come on this team. There's not 5 first-round draft picks and player combination I'm not willing to part with to get a talent like that around here.
I got a suggestion because nobody's doing it, bro. Plug your ears, Finsanity. But plug your ears, Finsanity. Man, bro, you need some girls in the background with bikinis, bro. We need some eye candy, some entertainment value, along with all this analysis, bro. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Broadcast from the
listen, brother.
It don't hurt every now and then to broadcast from Mike lives in Texas, bro. So you know what I mean. You can, have Mike broadcast from Twin Peaks, bro. I'll meet you there, Mike. You know what I mean. I don't know if y'all got all us locals.
Finsanity can coordinate that, bro. I don't know. What you think?
I can't. I would not be a part of that form of backward. Esteban, shut the hell up.
Listen, we gotta celebrate. We gotta celebrate Deshaun Watson coming to the team.
I told you to plug your ears.
We gotta celebrate Deshaun Watson coming to the team somehow. How fitting, bro. How fitting.
None of the female fans that I'm cool with would even be cool with that.
You can't blame us.
Well, those ain't real fans.
Esteban,
This is the real fans.
You can't blame us for trying.
Because Esteban, believe me, there are places for you where you can go and get those type of services if your girlfriend or wife is not doing it for you at home. And if you don't have one, but you're obviously showing, I feel sorry for you. There are other avenues that you can go through to get this type of help that you need.
You can't blame us for trying, Finsanity.
I don't know. I was losing my signal, and Finsanity probably said some bullshit. So that's all I know. I did lose my signal. I don't even know what she said, bro. Like I can't even go back and forth.
In layman's terms, she called you old.
Yeah, in layman terms, but you know what? Finsanity's right. We're bringing it back to the middle. This is a tailgate party, and if you guys were there and met me at the tailgate party and at the Dolphin Stadium against the Jets, all I did was make food, give out free food. I gave out cards to little kids. We had a couple of games and prizes. We had a good time, man, and that's what this is about. We're willing to get, we got some later shows for that, Estefan, if you want to get down on some dirtier talk.
Is
but
funny.
I'll do the 9 o'clock show in Texas from Twin Peaks every day. That'd be dope. Free beer. I'm down.
Who is John? John is like John is funny. John is that guy.
I got it's a spot not too far from my house. Would be for what Esteban is requesting.
Yeah,
it would be ideal.
I'll be there.
Bikinis?
What's that?
What are you talking about, Ian?
Where?
In Fort Worth. It's like 5 minutes from my house, bro.
I know what you. Yeah.
Ian.
Hey, can you? Hey, you might
I'm in
have been
Granbury.
there, Mike. Mike, you in Fort Worth?
I'm in Granbury. I know what you're talking about.
Aren't y'all all married anyway?
Well, I'm
they're not going there and being bad.
pre-marriage.
Vincenzi, they're not going there and being bad boys. This is about football. Football.
They ain't no wrong. Window
Mike,
shopping,
the
Fitz. What's wrong with you?
The ladies
That
are
ain't got
supposed to
nothing to
come.
do with football.
Oh
Mike,
yeah,
you in
nah,
Grand Prairie,
nah.
bro?
That ain't got
You're
nothing to
supposed to
do
bring
with
your wife to
football.
an event,
Hold
right?
on. Ian, we gotta get on
That ain't
this
got
afterward.
nothing
We'll
to
get
do
it backstage.
Chris,
We'll finish talking.
Okay,
Let's get this all
Chris,
closed
if the
up.
check's clear, I'm with you because the checks are clearing for you
right,
and your
Owen,
wife.
that's right.
I'm
That's
with you
right.
for that the check's
Listen,
clear.
we're dealing
All
in
the
a dirty
other
business
ones
here
up,
sometimes,
all the other
Vala.
ones up here.
There is betting on these
Y'all
shows.
got to
Most of the
answer
shows
some
got some
things.
betting on here. These boys ain't that good. This is a business. You're right about that, Vinsanity. But you know, we're willing to be flexible on all areas. The only thing I really want to hold back on, I don't like no hate. I don't like nobody calling names in a hateful manner. We
All
could
about
poke
love.
fun. We could poke fun and we can get at each other and stuff and in a loving way, especially here. Because listen, this tailgate party, somebody gonna have a couple beers, somebody gonna spill something, accidents happen. As long as we don't get handsy and we don't get mouthy, I'll be all right. So, because then if I got to bring out the guy that don't like the party getting that way, then I get upset. So I don't want
Chris,
people to be upset. I like the
Chris.
what's up, Vinsanity?
Alcohol,
Bikinis,
men,
Vinsanity.
women.
Bikinis.
Thank
Okay.
you for bringing the gasoline and the matches to the party.
Vinsanity,
No.
Never works.
Listen, we
It
got to
never
keep
works.
things. We
It
got to
never
keep
works.
things family friendly because
It never
you know
works.
some of
and
these
you know
guys,
that.
some of these guys are going to be a little younger that'll find the show, and I don't want
Exactly.
them finding some things that they don't want to be seeing. But at the same time, there is a time and a place, and there'll be late night shows, boys. So if they're out past their bedtime,
You mean a late night show that they can come back and
Watch out,
rewatch
boy.
the next morning?
You know what, man?
Okay.
Listen, every single thing my daughter does on the tablet that she uses comes on my phone. I am connected to it in every single way. And I'm not saying that I'm not telling anyone how to parent, but listen, this world is connected and you can figure out a way to work. It takes work. It takes work, guys. This is a scary world. That's why I talk about crazy things about the NFL moving into different markets and these types of stuff. I'm trying to look at it at a business perspective. Again, I will always round back to that because if you're not, you're leaving that last analytic out that really matters that they don't want you to think about, guys. So
Ian, check private chat.
Everything is an ordeal. But all right, guys, I'm gonna close this down. It's after 3. I meant to close it down before 3. But I appreciate everybody coming by. Check out Mike on the mic. Check out the betting show with Cash and Tickets, Brandon the Bookie, Finsanity. Thank you for coming in, Estefan, EM. I know a couple guys came in. I really appreciate it, guys. As you see, man,
anytime,
and Finsanity is a beautiful
we
woman.
partying around here. So I don't know if this is a product for everybody, but it's a product that will accept everybody, as you see, Vinsanity. There's no limit to the baffling things I'm willing to do.
Esteban is a lonely
Chris
old
is keeping it loose.
Listen,
Vinsanity. I think what he's saying.
You have no idea the crowds people I have touched in my way in some way.
I think Vinsanity. I think I think he's coming from the perspective of I think there's a lot of there's a good portion of our fan base that would like to see more of you as well as other notable Dolphin centric the ladies of the Dolphins nation. They want to see more of you guys. That's all. No more, no less.
Vinsanity, I need your help.
Hey, God,
When you said
no.
bikini, that blew everything out the
Mike.
window.
Hold on, Mike. Go ahead.
You can't say bikini. If you want to say you want to have females on for conversations and stuff,
Oh,
I can help you with that. But when
I
you
think he
doing
was talking
bikini,
about broadcasting from somewhere with girls in bikinis. I think he was talking about
Yeah.
I don't think that's what I think you misunderstood.
lonely
Vinsanity.
man.
What?
No, I
I'm
don't
talking. What Chris said, but that's
I think he's talking about me being at like Hooters or something, broadcasting the show.
Listen.
That's what
I
he
got
was
the
kinda
spot.
talking about.
I got the spot. I'm telling you now.
That's what EM was talking about with Mike,
Redneck
and that's what these guys are kind of talking about. No. Listen, there'll be no disrespecting of anyone anytime, not while I'm around. I don't tolerate that shit. And that's I'm a nice guy until I'm not. And these hands, listen, I'm really nice, guys. I'm the best. I want everyone, even guys that got a little bit of the only way I'm gonna find people that need to be told that ain't okay is if I let them in. And once I let them in and I get them figured out, I'm like, hey, man, you know what? You're a good dude, Mike, John, whatever the hell your name is. But that ain't going to be tolerated around here, and you're better than that. I ain't going to be able to help these guys around unless I find them. So I gotta play down. I gotta play a fine line here, but I need people like you, Finsanity, because that's what it's going to take to let these guys know that, hey, you know, some of these dudes that I'm going to find out here in this metaverse, they don't get human interaction. They don't. This is their interaction. They don't. They need help. You know, they need someone to tell them they want a girlfriend at times, honestly, Finsanity, and some good woman will whip their ass into shape, as most of these married men can pretend and act like. That's what needs to happen. They ain't gonna learn that. They ain't gonna learn that if I don't find them and I don't have someone like you to line them up.
I want to really
or just a great show that's gonna wake people up with some girls with some bikinis in the background. That's all I'm saying.
Insanity, what were you saying? I want to hear. Hold on, Mike. Insanity, what were you saying?
Esteban and I are actually friends. Like, we're really close.
I know that.
So, like, he knows I'm actually just being up on him.
I got that.
But it's all love. He knows it's love.
But I'm just telling you the method to my madness, because this is kind of your first bigger introduction to me a little bit personally. And I'm going to be real personal and real as hell on here, because you know what? You can't fake it. You can't fake putting your face and your name and your voice and being who you are and putting yourself out there. If you try, we're going to find out you're lying. And so I can only be as much I am.
What's with the purple jacket, bro? I gotta ask.
Guys, listen, all right. I got a whole bit lined up for betting with me and my daughter. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's I'm gonna be the Joker, and she's gonna be Harley Quinn, and we're gonna do some pickings, and we're gonna have a whole video set up. I haven't fleshed out the graphics and the details for it, because it's gonna be something we'll probably roll out into next year for football. But you guys have no idea how much fun I'm gonna take with this time that I'm gonna put.
I gotta bring something up, bro.
What's up, brother?
That Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie, bro. The mental issues that dude deals with is everyday issues that people deal with. That movie is awesome, and he did an awesome job of acting in that movie. I just got to bring that up. You're talking about Joker, bro. That is a good movie, bro.
I'm more of a Heath Ledger Joker, if you want to know where I'm identifying myself.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. He did.
I'm more identify, and that's kind of what this show is. And Mike will tell you, and I've said these exact fucking words to you guys. Okay, I am a person that. I understand what chaos and its use is, and in a situation that men that want to control shit, people that want to own people that want to have this bureaucracy, this system, it only works if the people that are in it are partaking it in a positive way. When it's used for bad, I'm about to Joker your shit, dog. Don't watch out. I don't like that. You can do anything you want. You ain't hurting nobody. You ain't breaking no laws. I want you to have the funnest time. You stand in the way of someone doing that and doing it right, I'm going to stop you. And if in any way possible, I don't like that. I want people to find who they really are and express themselves and have a voice and know that we are listening and that we want to hear you. And we want you to find out what it is that you are, especially when you're Dolphins, man. And that's kind of been my whole bag. That's the only reason why I did this. That's what this is about. That's what the Fins Tailgate is about to me. And all my boys behind closed doors, Mike, can contest that this is who I am.
Hey, and real quick, Vincenty, there ain't nothing, and I'm telling you this, listen to this closely, there ain't nothing. Like, nobody has crap on Dolphins Twitter as far as a female, because the most attractive thing to me is your knowledge of football and your ability to talk football. And, man, that's all I need. You get more women on just talking football like you can, or just talking sports in general, because I don't want to diminish your knowledge. I imagine you got tons of knowledge. But, yeah, you're the most attractive thing about you to me. I ain't never seen your face, but you are gorgeous because of your knowledge. I'm just going to let you know.
She's attractive, too, as well.
I don't know.
She's very pretty.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, guys, thanks for stopping in. Make sure to check out the other shows. I'll give one last plug. EM, thanks for stopping by. Finsanity, all you guys, I really appreciate it. Estefan, Mike, I want you to go ahead and plug your show one last time for everybody real quick. Let them know what your deal is. Let them know your steal.
Yeah, so I'm the host for Drop the Mic on the Fins Tailgate. We run Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Central, so 10 p.m. Eastern down there in Miami. But we're going to cover pretty much everything. We'll keep it Miami centric and talk about Miami sports and all. But we talk about everything. I'm from a family of just sports people. So when you get on the show and interact with us, I mean, y'all can see we can crack jokes. It'll be fun. It's going to chop it up. Every now and then Turbo comes out and I just get on a rant and it just goes straight. But this summer, I really want y'all to look forward to this because this is going to be my favorite thing that the Fins Tailgate does. This summer, we're going to be doing 9 innings with Mike on the mic. It's going to be a long show about baseball. And my dad brought up a good point. Why not make it the length of a baseball game? But, that's a long show, but we can, work that out. But 9 innings with Mike on the mic. That's where, I know sports. I love Miami Dolphins. They're my favorite team by far. But when it comes to baseball, that's where my reach is kind of long. And so we're going to have a great time on that baseball show. Please tune in this summer. And real quick, I got to give El Capitan another shout out now that I'm face to face with him. I gave it to him on my show last night. But y'all, this man is putting in so much work to bring this show to y'all and make it look good for the fans of this team and this community and the other people that are on the podcast around. Y'all, he's putting in mad amounts of work just to be respectful to y'all and do right by y'all and not jump in and try to do this wrong way. He's put in so much research. He's watched everybody's shows. Like the amount of effort he puts into this should be his business. His other business.
Mike over here making me blush and shit.
Hey,
Watch out, Mike. You ain't gotta prop me up so high, man. I ain't that cool, bro.
Yeah, he's putting in work, and I appreciate this opportunity.
I appreciate
that he's
the
given
love,
us.
Mike.
Awesome.
I appreciate it. But all right, Mike. Make sure to go check out Mike, guys. I'm glad everybody's been able to come by the show. We're really pleased that we're catching a little bit of fandom and people are enjoying it. It really makes it very much worth it to know that it's getting a good positive response. Me and my guys, we work hard, man. These guys are real as hell, man. You guys make sure to also go check out Cash and Tickets with Brandon the Bookie. That's my brother-in-law, Big Kev. I mean, these are people I know well. Mike's a good dude. Tonk's one of my oldest friends. We're gonna try hard to make sure that this stays as cleanliness as possible. But I'm not here to be fake. I understand we're gonna say some words sometimes that are swears and stuff. We're gonna try to clean it up at certain times in certain places. Because I'm putting together different programming, guys. I got baseball, guys. I got a little bit of fighting. I got a whole betting segment. The Fins Tailgate, dude. My love for the Dolphins is never ending, guys. You have no idea how much crap the Dolphins have done to me, not just on the field and the product, but in experiences with the Dolphins and in ways that I'll keep personal for now. But I love this team so much. And I want you guys to tell me why you love this team and express it. And where we disagree, we will sit here and we'll talk it out. We'll figure it out. We'll have some laughs. We could poke some fun. If anyone offends people, we'll do our best to not offend. That's not what this is about. We're quick to say we're sorry because we're not perfect. None of us are, man. And this is the show where the imperfect ones have a place to come and just be who you are, because most of the time we just straight ridiculous and dumb. But we're not going to call you dumb around here, and we're not going to hit at you. We could poke fun. If it hurts your feelings, we'll say we're sorry, dog. We know no one means no offense. We're Dolphins fans. So come back, check it out. We'll see you next time.